Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shane. That's Shane is Gibbs. Tonight we're going to be playing Star Wars The Old Republic. Oh, God. How do you get down from a bantha? You get down from a... That's our intro now. That's going to be the YouTube intro. That's what we're going with. That's going to be... If you're watching this on YouTube, I'd like to apologize profusely for the shit show I have subjected you to. Rin, thank you for the 20-month resub. 2-0. Creeping up on the 2-year club right there. Rin, the support means a lot. It really does. Thank you for all that. What did Darth Vader say when he walked into a vegetarian restaurant? I don't know, but you've got my curiosity. I know this is a curiosity killed the cat sort of situation, but you've got my attention. I find your lack of steak disturbing. Oh. Oh, that one stings. That one stings. Let's get started, shall we? Get into this friggin' game. So we're on Hoth, and I think I heard some things are going to be changing around for me because the new expansion just hit. So I think I'm going to have to. I think I'm going to lose my bonus levels because I have to get back up to the level cap and then regain them. I think that's what I heard. That's fine. It's only like 5 levels. Where did Luke get his bionic hand? I know it's a joke, but I don't actually know where that happened in canon. I would love to see this. At the second hand oh, wow. I'm going to steal that one. I will legitimately will. I'll use that. Anyone see what Valve did to the game client? I'm not amused. I think you can change it. I think there are other options for changing around. Bingo Roy, I'm not 100%. I just saw the new version. I haven't played around with it yet, but I think you can change it to make it look a bit more like the old one, I believe. Medical frigate, that would make sense. Throw him in a back to tank and just knock him out and put a new hand on there. I could see that. Alright. C2N2 mission failure, you ass. I don't know, I haven't played it. I'll play around with it after the stream and I'll see if I can find it. But I don't even have Steam launched right now. And yes, we do not have any command levels right now. We are, because the level cap's 75 now, I think? I think it's 75, so we gotta get some more levels before we start getting those again. Won't be too long, I'm sure. Work our way up there. Lore Master, welcome in. I need to set my category too, don't I? I forgot to set myself to play an Old Republic. I have basically forgotten how to stream, is what you're seeing right here. They just changed the name though, didn't they? Renown. I mean, it's the same thing though. They just renamed it. How is this game? It's not bad. It's not bad. We've been playing it on stream for about 10 months now, twice a month. And it's pretty good. It scratches the Star Wars itch. I appreciate that. I'm definitely enjoying that. How are you doing today, Lore Master? Hope you're having a good week. What do you call it when only one Star Wars character gives you a round of applause? A hand solo. Oh. Wow. That's a thing. Wait. What is this? Oh, they changed the vendor icons.
Nice to see customers. Can I get you anything?
She's got like a... Wow. She's got a cool little icon. I like that.
Feel free to browse.
Oh yeah. Let me use the XP booster. There we go. That'll help. Drop it like it's Hoth. Hey, Kais! I wish I'd thought of that one. That one's good. How are you doing today, Kais? Hope you're having a good week so far. Hope you're looking forward to a good Halloween if you're not already starting on the festivities. Let's see. So I don't remember what we're doing, but I'm pretty sure we only had to do stuff here. Locate the oh yeah, we gotta find the defector. The defector that is probably a trap and is probably gonna try and stab my face off. Cause you know what? That's how it is. Also now it's tracking different stuff up here that I don't want it to track. Hey, how do I change that? J for journal? L for log. There we go. Let's uncheck both of those flashpoint things because I don't want to track them right yet. right yet because I'm not endgame. And there, that looks prettier. Let's see. Kais, you're good. You just finished your Lego Star Wars model. Oh, really? What Lego Star Wars model did you build? Lego has some amazing Star Wars stuff. I would love to see... I would love someday to get a copy of the expert level X-Wing. That is a cool model, let me tell you. Amazing looking model. Oh, the Y-Wing UCS, nice! That is a nice shelf piece if you want to display that somewhere. Very pretty looking piece. I'm doing good though, Kais. I'm exhausted after 11 straight 12-hour shifts, and that's why I wasn't able to stream last week. But we're past it. We're past it. We're getting back into the game. So what are the classes like in this game? There are 8 classes divided into 4 categories. So there's like 2 different types of Jedi, 2 different types of Sith. There's bounty hunter, rogue type classes. And I think there's like a healer, like mage class. This is my first time through, so I've literally only played this class before, so I can't describe too much of it. But I know, Lore Master, we've got some other Star Wars players in chat. They could probably answer your question, if anyone wants to be so kind. Oh, I forgot to put on my hour-long buff right there. Yeah, I know, I mean, I'm the kind of nerd that I'm like, if I'm going to be playing a Star Wars game, I'm going to be playing as a guy with lightsabers. My current class is I'm a Jedi Knight with a focus on Jedi Sentinel. So I'm a DPS. I use double sabers. Although sometimes I end up using vibro swords too. That's an alternate weapon you can wield as a Jedi. Not quite as cool as a lightsaber, but it does look kind of like a He-Man sword, so that's okay. Yeah, they're Force Power Jedi, basically. Or Force Power Sith, when I say mage. Because it's pretty much a mage. It's the right niche. The correct niche. I have the power! I almost miss having my He-Man sword on my character's back. It did look pretty cool, and gave me a constant excuse to talk about He-Man. I appreciate that. I do. Let's see, Rain, you got one of the nephews some Star Wars Lego for his birthday. He had never seen Star Wars. That is a good way to open the door right there. That is a good opening statement. Well, now we can have you watch some Star Wars. Get you some culture, kid. Show you some cool stuff. Teach you about heroes and villains and big glowy swords that make cool noises. Good times. Avalanche, you just noticed that title. I'm glad. I was proud of that one. I've been having a lot of trouble with funny titles recently, but that one I'm like, yes, that's the one. Ooh, excuse me. The alternate, if I didn't go with that one, it was between 2. Getting Hoth and Heavy is obviously the one that won out. The other candidate was going through a Hoth phase. But I wasn't sure that one was as obvious of a joke. I'll take that as a compliment, Avalanche. It's not a phase, Mom. I know, it's forever. State of mind, it's a lifestyle, it's a very cool clothing. Yeah, exactly, Rid. Star Wars is a great lesson on, you know, the downsides of genetics. Proper dating etiquette. There's so much you can learn from there. Basically everything I needed to know in life I learned from Star Wars. Use the Force? I don't actually have a lot of cool Force powers on this guy. I'm mostly just hitting him with glowy swords. I mean, in canon, anytime you're using lightsabers and not chopping your own arms off, you're probably using the Force. So I'm kinda right there. It's just not as cool and showy, I suppose. And yes, LTG, I did see that. I was very interested. I'd heard legends of it before, but I hadn't actually seen the cells. That was really impressive. Stop giving me the cold shoulder, Shane! Oh my gosh. Oh, what game is it we're playing right now, guys? Star Wars The Old Republic. Or are we talking about something else here? Hey, Shiro, welcome in. How are you doing today, Shiro? Hope you're having a good week. I haven't seen Solo yet. I'm sure I'm going to see Solo eventually, but just I didn't want to see. I don't need to know Han Solo's origin story. I think he's cooler as like a mysterious rogue with a mysterious past and questionable piloting skills. I'm down with that. But yes, that was the big selling point for me as well. Rin was Donald Glover's Lando. Give me a Lando movie. Give me a Lando movie that isn't an origin story. It's just Lando in his 20s just being a badass. Here's a movie about Lando robbing something that has no bearing on his entire history, but just cool. I'm down with that. Give me that. But no, if they do a Lando movie, it'll be like, you can see the trailer in your head right now if you close your eyes. It'll just be a bunch of characters putting their hands on Lando's shoulder and going, "You have a destiny. Great things are ahead for you." No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Ugh. Alright, we got another request here from a recon droid of all things. Oh, he doesn't even say anything. That's weird. Everybody knows that Chewie's the real pilot of the Falcon. You know who doesn't know that, Yamagumo? Han. That's why Han thinks he's such a hotshot. His console doesn't even work. He's like a child with a little Fisher-Price driving set. Meanwhile, Chewie's just quietly pressing the buttons over there to make it go. And Han's just like, "I'm amazing! Wow! I don't even know how I did that!" This is canon now. You can't. Don't fight it, Chad. This is canon. Oh yeah. Just keep Donald Glover. That's a good casting choice. Alright, so what is the Scouts have discovered a major Imperial recon operation at Vantage Hills and Highmount Ridge. A battalion of droid guards have been spotted protecting the scout droids and whatever data they hold. The information stored in these droids could be highly valuable in understanding the Empire's movements and initiatives on Hoth. Collect any encrypted data found on the scout droids and look for a decryption code on any nearby personnel. Return all secured information to Outpost Synth for immediate evaluation. You've uncovered a major Imperial recon operation. Oh, they're just reiterating right there. Just defeat some Imperial droids? That's it? Alright, I'll probably do that accidentally. That's fine, we can do that. Lando is a punk, yeah, I said it. I love that, what's the name of the guy that played Lando in the other movies? I love that anytime you mention, that Lando sold out, he gets really defensive about that. I absolutely love it when, Billy D. Williams, thank you, Lord Master. I love it when actors get, like, really defensive about their characters. That's Billy D. Williams to a T. He is 100% defensive about anybody saying bad stuff about Lando. I have mixed feelings about Lando. I understand he was in a tough position, but he didn't need to do Han like that. So I can see both sides of the issue. I will say that. I think that's fair. I know, Robot Chicken did a gang about it too, and it was amazing. It was absolutely incredible, Lore Master. I love that. We were talking about, last time I streamed Star Wars, we were talking about Robot Chicken too. I still need to go back and watch some more of that. Some of the older Robot Chicken stuff. It's a trap! Oh my gosh, Australis. Kind of missed that. Oh jeez, what? Oh hey! You've got lightsabers, so I imagine you are probably Jedi. Welcome, fellow Jedi. Oh wow, you've got red glowy things. That's not a force power I'm familiar with. Hello, friends. I don't know any emotes, so I'm just gonna press the jump button. I can't remember how to emote between one stream and the next, so I'm just gonna jump a whole bunch. So that means I'm just saying if I knew Lando IRL, I wouldn't like him. I think I'd like him, I just wouldn't play a Sabak with him. I hear he cheats. And yeah, Billy D. Williams' Two-Face would have been cool too. That was unfortunate. That could have been really neat. It could have been interesting. Could have been bad too. I've heard some interesting things about how they wanted to do it. PvP time? Nah, I don't even know how to initiate PvP. I never learned. I'm a PvE boy. That's my thing. Oh, I didn't even notice these are chists. It's so hard to tell since everything's blue and white. Come over here. Come over to the white area so I can actually see the contrast of the blue against the white. It's really hard to tell down there. All right, there we go. Yeah, now I can tell you're a chist. All right. Is there an inspecting? There doesn't appear to be. That's really cool. I like the outfit you have for him. That cape is a nice touch. And the shoulder pads. That shoulder armor is badass. I like it. I get a stream sniped an awful lot here. Capes kill. They're dangerous. They look cool, though. Let's see. I have a dislike for people who are overtly charming. You keep coming here, Siamese. Lena is that guy your friend knows that you love hearing stories about, but when you meet him, you're like, I better watch my stuff. Yeah, basically. Basically. Right-click on the portrait. Alright, I was trying to right-click on the character. Inspect achievements. Can I just look at what your character looks like? The little portrait? I cannot. That's lame. Alright, I still like the character model though. Very neat. No capes! No capes. Alright, so we're supposed to be looking for this chist defector here. Oh jeez, we've been spotted.
You're fine.
I'm sorry, chat, we've wandered into some actual gameplay. My apologies. Watching my step around these parts is dangerous. Dangerous stuff. Cryo gunner taken care of. What? What? Can't cross. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Like, I can understand, like, no cross-faction chat like they did in Warcraft back in the day, but I can't just look at your character portrait? That's unusual. It's just, we're getting far away from where we were supposed to be. Is the defector supposed to be over here somewhere? Is he in the wreckage? I don't think we can go into the wreckage. I don't think so, but he's pretty close. Pretty close around here. Keep looking. Really special and awesome. If you get a picture of it and toss it in Discord, Avalanche, I would love to take a look. I do like seeing other people's clothing setups, just because mine is tremendously boring and ever shall it be. Jedi friend, you're awfully violent. I don't know what to make of this. This is confusing to my tiny Jedi brain. Shira, you're a Cape fan yourself? Are we talking in like a superhero sense, or like a Jedi Sith sense, or just in general? Just a general Cape appreciator. Jedi Sith, yeah, that would be weird. That wouldn't make a ton of sense in this game. I mean, there are like, you know, specific, like Sith do have a unique language, I think. I want to say like ancient Sith is a language, but you know, I don't think most of them use it as a general thing. The Emperor's mantle, and you put red and black dye. See, I didn't even know you dyed it because it looks so natural in their armor. Kudos to you, Australis. Very neat look, and I think I might have found the defector. I noticed there's a dead guy here. Hopefully it's not the defector. Because if so, rescue mission's not going great. I think. That's the defector, damn it. Well, we got his data disk. Yay. That's something. Let's go ahead and turn that in since that's not super far away. I've not been picking up items. Oh, I can't even see the blue beams against the white. Didn't even notice there's items over here. I'm the type that always second guesses his own decisions. Are RPGs like Fallout hard for you too, where you constantly ask yourself if your choice is the right one? Yes, 100%. Guilt and fear over choices is totally real in that game, Shira. You're not alone there. Yeah, right, and WoW we couldn't talk to the other faction. I remember back in the day when WoW first came out, people were furious about that. But it turned out okay. I think it was alright. Hey, Pink Death, welcome in. How are you doing today? Just leave the body to rot, as we always do. I don't have a trunk on this speeder. I clearly did not do enough comparison shopping before I bought the speeder. I mean, it's not that much better to take the dead body and stuff him in your trunk. But, you know, we at least could get him somewhere respectful at some point. Laura, that sounds amazing. I'm down for that. Oh, it's hard, the decisions in Outer Worlds, too. Outer Worlds looks really cool. I would like to play Outer Worlds at some point. That would be pretty neat. Gabriel Horse is my spirit animal. Don't forget to send me those files sometime, Shira. I will make good use of them, I promise. Strap him to the vehicle, Mad Max style? That doesn't seem more respectful. That seems less respectful.
The Empire got to your Chiss defector, but the data disk was still on his body.
It's just as well. I'm not sure the men really wanted a Chiss hanging around here. The data disk is the critical thing. Let's get a look at it. Lieutenant, we need this decrypted.
Yes, sir. This is from Imperial Intelligence. It looks like it's a strategic assessment of the Ortolan geothermal power station. Maps, avenues of attack.
The geothermal station is currently held by the White Maw. If the Empire takes it from them, we're in trouble.
Exactly what will happen if the Empire's plan succeeds?
Capturing the power station would give the Empire a completely self-sufficient fortified base on our doorstep. They'd be able to launch attacks from there with impunity. We'd never drive them out.
What do you suggest we do to stop them?
We don't have the manpower to defend that power station. Once you leave, the Empire could just take it. There's only one thing to do. Destroy it before they get there. Take these remote charges.
May the Force be with us.
It's not ideal, but we can't let the power station fall into Imperial hands.
Fair enough, fair enough. Hey Chris, welcome in, thank you. I got mine in stream last week. I put it on Twitter and Discord, but I was working overtime every day last week, so I wasn't home for it. But I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. And yeah, that was kind of a douche move from that guy. I'm sorry, but the person who was risking his life, his livelihood, and everything he's ever worked for to bring this crucial information to you is dead. He was a blue guy. I don't really care. What the heck, dude? Yeah, he doesn't sound like David Hayter, but he is. Apparently. Ooh. They changed how that looks. That's kind of cool. I like the changes to the UI that I've seen so far. I'm impressed. Let's see. I know I've asked this before. Do you play the free version or do you subscribe to stream it? I subscribe right now, and I subscribe mainly just to add a couple of niceties to make streaming a little bit easier. But you can you can unlock stuff that makes the free version better while you're playing the paid version, which is really interesting. Excuse me. So yeah, for right now, I am doing the paid version at the moment. Master, I'm trying to sneak around, but the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the Sith.
Nice to see customers.
Because he's
Can I get
dummy
you anything?
Sith. Is that where you're going with that? What is that? Amplifier? Is that a new thing? I don't remember amplifiers. That's weird. Either way, those stats are terrible. We're going to pawn that. Hey there, Mr. Whistler. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Would have had to pay to unlock sprinting. That's harsh. Yeah, that is one of the more brutal things in there. Otherwise, it's not too bad from what I understand, especially just starting out. Repair all. Sell junk. What is this? Not very good helmets. Sell that. Yeah.
Feel free to browse.
Let's get back out there and continue. Many Bothans died to bring us this information. Nothing of value was lost, am I right? LMAO. That scene would have been a lot different if it happened like that. Does it feel like KOTOR? Not really. I mean, if you're looking for more KOTOR's story, I think the story, while it takes a little bit to get going, the story does definitely scratch that KOTOR itch. But as far as the gameplay, it's different. It's not bad. It's very MMO, but it's not the same thing as you'd expect from KOTOR. Yeah, if KOTOR was an MMO, is literally what it is. Let's see, have you done Maelstrom Prison? Yes, we did Maelstrom Prison, and I did not see that coming. That was pretty cool. WoW-tor, basically. Gotta buy that gym card to sprint. There you go. If you want to sprint, you must be swole. Gotta get swole. Let's go punch some droids before we head up that way. Get another mission taken care of. Maelstrom Prison by Johnny Cash. Holy crap, that's amazing. I think someone mentioned the Revan novel. I haven't read any Star Wars novels since I was very, very young. But I would like to check that out at some point, because, you know, KOTOR. Need more KOTOR. Rise, Darth Swole. I swear somebody made that joke before when I was fighting one of those Sith that are just humongous, but I like it nonetheless. It's amazing. Do you know what MMO is next for this? That's a tricky question. Originally, I had planned for after this to do ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, because I like Elder Scrolls, and Elder Scrolls Online looks like my kind of jam. However, after chatting with some more people, I think our next Bonus Tuesday game probably isn't going to be an MMO at all, but is instead going to be an ARPG. Because those I have trouble fitting into my schedule as well. So I believe, after we finish Star Wars The Old Republic, our next Bonus Thursday game is probably going to be Titan Quest. I suspect that's what we're playing after we complete all the storyline stuff in here, is we're going to play some Titan Quest for Bonus Thursday. And then basically we're going to play that until we get through all the story content in there, and then probably Elder Scrolls Online. Avalanche, you never heard of it? I haven't heard of it until recently. I think it was chat that actually introduced me to it. But it's a sort of a Diablo-style game. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty neat. And I'm looking forward to trying it out on stream. Hearing what busted builds people are running. Hearing how terrible my builds are and how I make bad decisions. They have loot physics? How do you do loot physics? How is that even a thing? The Swallow line, I like that, Pink Death. Yeah, basically a Diablo-style type thing, yeah. I've got a couple of Diablo-style things on my list of stuff to play, but I haven't ever played them yet. Just because, like I said, they are pretty long, and I worry that they might not be super interesting to people. I'm like, well, I do have a day for playing long niche games. It's Bonus Thursday. Let's make that a Bonus Thursday game. Is it not counting Imperial droids when she's killing them? Why do we only have 3 defeated so far? That's really weird. Oh yeah, I've got the old Divinity games to try out as well. I gotta test the first one out, but I would love to play Divine Divinity on stream sometime. That could be pretty neat. Hey John, welcome in. How are you doing today, John? Hope you've had a good week. Hope you got a good Halloween coming up. Deviant Fish, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Avalanche. Omar McCaws, welcome in. Haven't played a lot, doing some research and raids and stuff. Can't find a lot about info about Nightmare Dread Fortress. You'd have to ask some people in chat there, Omar. This is actually my very first time through the game, so I'm very, very blind and I know a little bit about it, but somebody in chat might be able to help you out about that. Because I know we do have some Star Wars players in here. Hopefully somebody knows the answer for you. Yeah, I haven't played any of the Divinity games to any real extent. I played a little bit of the original Divinity just to test it out, but it has a very long intro, so I didn't get super far into it. So I'm going to have to test it out again just to make sure. I've been told there is some serious jank in there, but I'll still try it out. Seamus! Welcome in, Seamus. 17-month resub, heck yes. Much appreciated for the support, Seamus. I hope you are doing very well, and I hope you enjoyed your vacation overall. Hope that went well for you. That's Shira, you gotta take off. Thanks for stopping by, Shira. We will see you around. Hope you enjoyed your time here, and hopefully you'll see you real soon. That's the Ain, welcome in. How are you doing today? How's the week been treating you? That's the John, lurky lurky and worky worky. But you're off tomorrow. Alright. Hopefully your last day of work for the week treats you well. I'll keep my fingers crossed. That's the shame is still ongoing. Real mixed bag. Today was a tough day, and last night was a low sleep one. Gonna mostly lurk. You need to take care of yourself, Seamus. I appreciate seeing you. I appreciate knowing you're still hanging in there and surviving. Always a good thing to hear. Raises my spirits knowing that. Oh, I hate that noise. So bad. I don't know why it wasn't counting. I could have sworn we took down more than like 3 droids, but instead we only had 3. I don't know if some of them didn't count it, or what's going on there. Got that guy taken down. What is this big thing in the center? Is this something I need to worry about? No, it's not interactable. I've immediately lost interest. If I can't click on it, I don't care. Not relevant to my life. Basically my philosophy for most things. Most things. So, just a couple more, and we got this one done. Alright. I don't know if you folks saw, but the final trailer for episode 9 came out the other day. I thought it was pretty neat. Looks like it's got some good set pieces. I am excited. I posted it in Discord if anybody needs the link. Feel free. Also, since last time I saw you folks, the final trailer for the TV series Mandalorian came out as well. It definitely looks like it has that Netflix money, although it's on Disney Plus, because it looks really expensive. But it looks kind of impressive, and I say that as someone that is a big believer in the total destruction of all Mandalorians. Mandos are bad. Mandos are bad. We're the Jedi. We ran roughshod over them once. We will do it again if need be. Absolutely will. Don't test us. Now, we need to find scout droids now? What do scout droids look like? Are they these tiny ones? It says stalker droids, so not them. More hype for Mandalorian, but I don't want to subscribe to more things. I don't either. I'm already subscribed to Netflix and Hulu. I've been looking at Sling as well, and Disney Plus would be another thing on top of all that, but I don't know. For Star Wars, I'm going to consider it. There's not a lot of things that would make me consider going that distance, but Star Wars, I'll give that a maybe. I'll give that a strong maybe. That's racist? No, it's not. They're murderous bastards. And every time they're like, okay, Mandos, we're going to turn our backs for like 3 seconds and oh no, you have stuck a knife in it. What a shocking yet inevitable betrayal. Through with it, man. We gave them some rope and they strangled us with it. No more. Screw those guys. Like more Star Wars that Jedi is the protagonist? I agree in principle, but also I'm a giant nerd for Jedi and lightsabers and stuff. So I think it would be good to have more variety in the Star Wars universe, but also don't take my Jedi away from me. I need to get some of that in there too. His name is Jango Fett. Screw that guy. That guy's like the reason number 1 why you be very careful around Mandos. But yeah, I do understand. I've got a lot of friends. We played, some friends of mine and I played one of the Star Wars tabletop games a while back, and that was a lot of their chief complaints. Is they're like, I don't want to do too much Jedi stuff, because I like the parts of the Star Wars universe that aren't Jedi focused. Completely understand. Completely respect that. I like my lightsaber bullshit. That is important to me. Damn, leave the spotlight for like 5 seconds, but they're so cool. Wait, there was that Jedi in Rogue One that was just kind of hanging around in the background. He didn't do too much. So there is that. They were pretty restrained there. I respect the restraint. Loot access code from Operations Commander. Where is he? Lead me to right here. I don't see an Operations Commander. Is he supposed to spawn right here? Is he just not spawning? Why is it leading me to right here? Strange. Anybody in chat happen to know what's up with that? Colonel Steezer, welcome in. Downloading the game after a long hiatus. How is the new expansion? Unfortunately, I'm still playing my first time through blind, so I'm not even close to the new expansion material. But I know we've got some folks in chat that have, at least one person in chat that's tried it out. So hopefully someone will be able to give you a quick review right there. Jango Fett got revenge on the whole Jedi Order for Mace Windu cutting his head off. He kind of did. That's kind of badass when you put it like that. It's true. When you put it like that, it's kind of pretty epic. Still no Mandos. Still definitely no Mandos. Colonel Caesar, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Betty hates Rhodians too. I do not hate Rhodians. I mean, Han definitely shot first. Let's get that out of the way right away. Han absolutely definitely shot first, but for everything against Rhodians as a race, they're fine. We just need to get that fact out there. Very crucial. Do you know, interesting fact about Star Wars right there? The last form that the non-special edition original trilogy was put out on was on Laserdisc. Supposedly it was a pretty good transfer too. I don't think I'm quite into it enough that I'd get a Laserdisc copy of it, but supposedly it's a good copy. It says loot access code from Operations Commander, but there's definitely not an Operations Commander over here. I can't interact with this beacon thing. Oh no, there's this thing I can interact with here. Totally missed that little panel on the back. And it summons the Operations Commander. Cool, cool. Take him out. Yeah, Greedo's just a shit. I love that, like, basically all we know for certain about Greedo is he talks a big game and he has no, nothing to back it up. That's a great thing to be remembered for all time. What do we know about Greedo? Well, bullshit. I'll tell you that much. Alright, there's the access code too. Excuse me. Greedo is a punk bitch. Well said. Well said. We'll agree. Looks like they want us to go in this glacial fissure to drop off the last part of this mission. So let's head over there. It doesn't look like it's super far away. You gotta give me that sweet, sweet XP. Although that XP booster doesn't seem like it's doing a ton for us just yet. I imagine those last levels are just like really high requirements. Guido shot first. Lies! Lies! Greedo thinks he shot first, but what does he know? What does he know? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
For examination and suggested products.
Let's see. Konahula, I like the name. Welcome in. Love me some Star Wars puns. You're definitely in the right place. I told people my stream title for today was either going to be Getting Hoth and Heavy or Going Through a Hoth Phase. I think this one was the easier one to pick up on. I'm glad you like it though, and thank you for the follow as well. Welcome in. Let's see, is there any game except Jedi Academy where you can play as Rodian? Didn't they add that in the new expansion where you can play as Rodian in this one? Or no, it wasn't Rodian, it was, the Kit Fisto's race that I can never remember the name of. Are there any other games you can play as Rodian? I imagine Star Wars Galaxies you could probably play as Rodian, right?
You are fit for duty.
Probably.
Return to your post.
Somebody back me up on that. Not in Star Wars Galaxies, really? If not those two, then no, I've got no idea. That is interesting. Reputable medical droid? Well, reputable medical droid implies the existence of non-reputable medical droids. Can I ban Avalanche because I don't like liars? Do it. Not I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but yes, that's the one. Right. I'm forever just going to call them Kit Fisto's race because my memory is appalling, especially for proper nouns. Excuse me. Angel Snowfall, welcome in. I'm so glad people are liking that stream title. I was very proud of it. A lot of times I put in these horrible puns, and I'm just like, is anybody ever going to read that stream title? So every time somebody does, I'm just giddy on the inside. In case anyone wanted a little bit of an insight into my brain right there. Lie is a relative term. It's propaganda. It's false propaganda. Han obviously shot first. Clearly. I'm glad you like it. How are you doing today, Angel? Hope you are having a good week so far. Alright, yeah, that did not give us a huge chunk of XP. So I don't think we're going to hit 75 today. Meaning we are officially back on that grind. For today, at least. Another... between, what, 2 and 4 streams, I'm going to imagine, to get back to cap? Probably. I think I've heard of Rhodian Jedi before, or at least seen him hanging around in the background of some of the comic books. Space Cowboy, welcome in. I hope you're having a good Halloween, too. Good to see you. Get some delicious candy. Don't eat all of it in one sitting. And hopefully we'll see you around. The correct way to phrase it is Han shot? No. Shot first. He was the original shooter. The OG, if you will. So Angel woke up and realized it was Halloween, so I'm super excited. You got any plans? Anything you were hoping to do? Still got me on the wrong map there. Hang on. Let's keep moving. And Trey Dog! Trey Dog, I don't know if I said welcome into you as well. How are you doing today, Trey Dog? Hope you are feeling well. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and just hop in a ride. It's a long way to the next point. Happy Halloween to you as well, Chris. Hope your day is good. Jumping down there? Is that a dead end? It doesn't look like a dead end. Yeah, let's jump down there. Oh, we do still take fall damage inside the speeder. I wasn't sure about that, but that is apparently a thing. Chris, thank you for the host. If Greedo did not get a shot off, it's just Han shot. Well, he did, like, fire wild in most versions, I think. Right? Like in the special edition? In the special edition, he kind of shoots at Han's head, and Han kind of dodges, but in the original, I thought just, like, as Han shot him, he just sort of pulled the trigger reflexively a couple times. It's been a long time since I've seen the original version of those movies. Eat the candy instead of passing it out. You might get some angry kids out of that. You might, in fact, be risking some tricks there. I will warn you. That is a legitimate concern. Be warned. Be safe. Greedo is not well liked by other bounty hunters in lore. I love that. That's amazing. Voice of Nick, welcome in and thank you for the raid. The Meatball Marauders have arrived to party. It's a good thing to be doing here. How are you doing today, Nick? And welcome in also Gaming Hour 2018. Hope you're doing well. Glad you like the title, Nick. How are you doing today, Nick? How was your stream? What were you up to today? Hope you're playing something fun. Hope you enjoyed yourself. And a happy Halloween to you as well. Hope that's going to be a fun day for you as well. There's a streamer on right now that made chocolate-covered raw Brussels sprouts to hand out in Ferrero. Oh, that's cruel. That's mean. Don't mess with people's Halloween candy like that. Don't do it. Don't do it. I get 1 year a day a year where I can just go around and people give me candy for no reason whatsoever. Don't take that from me. Don't do that. Why would you? Why?
You're fine.
Oh, still doing some SAO today. Nice. Almost at the final floor. Are you still liking it, Nick? You still enjoying that one? So people have told me it's terrible, but I keep seeing it on my Steam list and thinking, maybe. Because I have no self-control. And a strange obsession with mediocre games. Gaming Hour, you love this game. Excellent. I am a Jedi. Right now I'm playing a Jedi Sentinel. This is my very first time playing the game. But I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. Shane is Boy Scout. I am. As a way of life. That's trick and treat. I mean, there is the chocolate there. But then you bite into the chocolate, you realize you've been had. You have been had. You've been conned. You have been in a Twitch parlance. Jebaited. Too much. Can't do it. Cannot condone these horrible things. Too damn. Alright, so got a mission to defeat salvage guards. That'll be nice and easy. And we got a rendezvous with someone in the back of the cave. I think we should be able to do that. It's not a treat. I mean, there is chocolate in there, but overall, it's not enough to make up for the horrors that are being visited upon you. Really not. The balance is all messed up there. The balance must be maintained. We're playing Star Wars. Hopefully we all at least can agree to that much. That's why all chocolates need to be eaten where you can bite off only the first layer first. I always worry when you get like those big like Valentine's boxes of mixed chocolates and you can't find a cheat sheet in there. It's like, if you don't give me a cheat sheet, how am I going to avoid the coconut one? How? I need a way to do that. I'm not a gambling man. I don't want to just keep biting into things until I get the coconut, because then I will have eaten some of the coconut, and that's just unpleasant. Don't make me do that. Please. This is why you have trust issues, Rin. I'm hoping someday they'll just, like, you know, stop putting the coconut ones in there. But I'm not always necessarily a fan of the like the strawberry ones. The cream they put in there isn't always great. It's a mixed bag. It's a gaming hour. You don't play as often as you'd like, but it's still a great game. I only play it twice a month on stream, but I enjoy it. It is fun, and the story and the lore is all very cool too. I like that. And Siamese, I do not think he would have. I think he would have been you know, continued still being an angsty teenager for a while, but turn to the dark side? Probably not. Probably not. If it's the Jedi have, I think the greatest failing of the Jedi there is their dogma is kind of a mess. Not a coconut fan, Colonel Steezer. Not a coconut fan. I mean, like, some coconut stuff, but like the shavings on desserts, not a fan of. Alpha Darks, welcome in. You collect datacrons? I haven't yet. Right now I'm just playing through story and side missions. This is my very first time through the game, so that's my first concern is getting to see as much lore as I can. But maybe after I'm done with that off stream, I'll probably go around and see if I can hunt down a couple datacrons. I think right now I've only found one up to this point, so clearly they're pretty well hidden. It's an interesting little side diversion I think I might want to check out at some point. Yeah, there are a lot of them, aren't there? I think that is correct. So, destroy the Imperial blaster turrets. Alright, we can do that too. Take a little time out of our busy day to smash some turrets. 5 of them on Hoth alone, alright. That's kind of intense. So yeah, we're definitely a bit behind in that case. Fair enough. Alright, cool. Little side quest completed there. Russian, sorry your English is bad. No worries, we can understand you just fine. Do you collect datacrons? Is that something you've been hunting? Have you found a whole bunch of them? Hey Mel, good morning. Welcome in, Mel. Pleasure to see you. How is your weekend going? Happy Halloween. And also, I hope your back's feeling better. Hope you're feeling better all around. Good to see you, though. Can we get a shout out for Mel there, if anyone's available? Jedi responsible for their own downfall confirmed? You're not wrong. I wouldn't necessarily fight you on that one, Siamese. Some of the worst mistakes of the Jedi Order are completely unforced errors. It's why I love that scene with the tree burning in Star Wars Episode 8. With Yoda just going, nah, just let it burn, it's fine. I like to think that was Yoda just figuring out, we may have made some mistakes. We might have fucked up just a little bit. Maybe we should work on that first thing. But yeah, folks, if you are not following Mel, make sure to click that link and give her a follow right there. A lot of fun as a streamer, very funny, plays some very cool retro games too. I enjoy watching her the rare times I'm able to, but you should definitely stop by, you'll enjoy it. Alright, so let's see who we're meeting with here.
Impatience got the better of me. I blundered in here like a Padawan. The heavy turrets were an unpleasant surprise. All those turrets, just for us? I'm touched.
You were surrendering, Jedi. I suggest you keep that promise.
Give us a moment, please. I need to explain the situation to my friend.
The situation? I'm sorry? What is going on here? I think you're probably right, Gamagumo. I think one of the biggest problems with the old Jedi and their dogma is they were so afraid of the turn to the dark side that they ended up going too far in the direction of purity and ended up basically just blasting out the other side, going full circle and creating situations like Anakin where you just sort of turn there, basically. The game you are currently playing as a Jedi, but your character is, they've been exiled by the Council. Oh, nice, nice, I like that. Mel, you're on the app, so slow to reply in typos, no worries. Back is much better, that is good to hear, Mel. Hopefully you keep going in that direction, you'll be back to 100% in no time. Now, we had a situation here. Like a Ronin Jedi. Oh, Nick, that is a cool description right there. Ronin Jedi. I want to be a Ronin Jedi. That sounds badass.
I obviously missed a lot. Give me the short version.
I sprung a trap. The end. Turns out, the Imperial in the Hollow is more interested in capturing than killing us. Keep him talking. Trust me.
My patience is at an end. Lay down your weapons or my men will destroy you.
Tell your men to disarm and let's talk. I'm sure we can come to an agreement.
There will be no compromise. You will surrender or die. The soldiers you face are specially trained to kill Jedi, and they outnumber you.
Oh, hey, reinforcements.
Not anymore, Imperial scum.
Boom!
They tricked us. Kill everyone.
Alright, now we got a fair fight. Well, that was kind of badass. As soon as she said keep him talking, I'm like, reinforcements? Are we getting reinforcements? That'd be awesome. I want reinforcements. Chop some of these guys down to size. Nice. This guy got aggroed by them, so take him out. Booyah! How was your weekend? I heard a lot of work. Oh man, 11 straight 12-hour days, but that is done. And I've got a couple days to relax. I'm feeling good about that, Mel, most definitely. You're ambushed, troopers! Got ambushed! Clearly we're better at this ambush thing.
Got here as soon as we could. Had to engage some Imperial patrols in our way, but nothing serious.
Nothing serious? Privates Vanth and Eder don't know what day it is. We're lucky to all be alive.
Shut it down, Private. I don't tolerate insubordination.
All of you, please, listen. I know you've been through a lot. I understand your frustration. But a good Jedi, a good soldier, puts emotions aside to do what's necessary. To say the fate of the galaxy depends on us is no exaggeration. We must hold together.
Keep that up, the Republic might make you a general.
Ooh.
Let's honor this Jedi by giving our all.
This is the scientist vessel. And look what I found hiding under a dead Imperial officer.
The rest of your unit is dead, Imperial. Start talking, or you'll join them.
Please, I don't know anything. I'm just a computer tech.
That was a good speech, though. I did like the speech. put emotions aside, or I think that was my character trying to find a nice diplomatic way to say, quit your whining. Alright, so that guy's clearly taking the role of bad cop. I'm not surprised. We're going to take the role of good cop, then.
We won't hurt you, but the more you help us, the more we can help you.
When I said I didn't know anything, that wasn't completely true. My job was to slice the databanks of this old starship, but the White Moor beat us to them. They lifted the whole network.
The pirates stole the ship's databanks?
They took everything valuable, but they missed the computer decryption file. They can't read the databanks without this.
I'll be taking that.
The White Maw maintains a depot inside a crashed dreadnought. Everything they loot goes there.
At least our objective is clear.
The pirates secure their depot with ray shields. We'll have to find some way past them to reach those databanks.
The Medes scouted White Maw territory. They located 2 reactors buried beneath the ice. They're no doubt powering the ray shields. If we destroy the reactors, we can enter the pirate depot. Sergeant Rusk, head for these coordinates and destroy the reactor there. My friend will destroy the one at these coordinates.
If your squad runs into trouble, contact me.
Likewise, Master Jedi.
I'll escort our prisoner to the Republic outpost near the Starship Graveyard. The Medes will perform reconnaissance on the Dreadnought. When both pirate reactors are destroyed, meet me at the outpost and we'll plan our assault. May the Force be with us.
Alright. Yeah, Australis, the whole thing with the Jedi, for the most part, is right idea, wrong execution. It's good to be good, but the minute details they seem to mess up more often than not. Computer tech trying to appeal to Shane personally, it's working. It's working. Agreed, Siamese, agreed. I like the idea of being a good guy Force user, but the Jedi dogma needs some work, most definitely. Seems like a heavy Sith situation to have to choose. Brutal. Alright, we will go ahead and take your terrible pants and then pawn them at our earliest convenience. Alright, Mel, enjoy your coffee and your breakfast. We will see you soon. Is there anything back here? Whenever I see a big cave like this and they're telling me not to go in the back, I'm like, is there any lore objects in here? At least. Something I can click on for bonus? I don't see anything, though. We can get some crafting going, though, too. Have you done any of the group content in this game yet? A couple of the whatever they call the dungeons in here. Flashpoints? I've done a couple flashpoints, but for the most part, I'm playing this solo, so I haven't been focusing on that. But we've done most of the flashpoints up to this point that we've come across normally, I believe. We were just talking about the prison recently, or earlier in the stream, I mean, and I did that one. That was crazy cool. I'm really glad we did that one. What do I want to do as far as crafting? Want to do some synth weaving? If we can. We can do some synth weaving. Let's do some of that. Cool. And then after that, we will do some archaeology. Grade 7. Interesting, but I don't think we have the recipes for that yet. We'll keep getting grade 6 stuff for right now. Power crystals. And grade 6 artifact frame.
You have but to ask, Master.
Cool.
Consider the matter handled.
Shane Solo like Han Solo, but Shane. I like it. I like it. That's the two ways to play this, as a group or just as Han Solo. Clearly. I'm told originally it was kind of difficult to solo this game, but they originally patched in more ways to make it more interesting and more exciting. Like, I know the fact you can choose your companion's class is definitely a big quality of life thing if you're planning on playing it by yourself. But to say Light and Dark, that is a really interesting feature, Gaming Hour. The fact you can play an evil Jedi or a good Sith. I kind of want to do one of those extremes sometime just because that seems so nut. The lit or the dank side? Which will you choose? Which will you choose? I gotta go back to that, go back to the cave up north. That's weird. I think that one's the one we're gonna want to go to, so start heading north first and foremost. Thought it was dumb that smugglers and bounty hunters are locked to specific sides but can still be good or evil. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it was just they wanted that sort of generic class of dudes, and they weren't maybe necessarily aware of a good way to go about it. For example, I've got the Star Wars LCG. I have a bunch of packs of that, and they do the same thing in there. The light side faction is called what is it? Smugglers and Spies, I think is what it's called. And the dark side equivalent is just called Scum and Villain. But they're basically the same thing. They are basically both the the bounty hunters and the other sort of unaligned type factions. So it is weird that they split them up into light and dark, but I mean, there's good guys and there's bad guys, so you can justify it. That was kind of beefy. Let's see. Are we in the right place now? Yes, ooh. Alright, yeah, this is definitely where we need to be. Let's press on then. Those big guys look scary. I can't even see the name from here, but we're gonna go see what his deal is in just a second. Something I can harvest over here, but I don't see it. Dread-seeded Frost Stalker. That is a name and a half right there. Holy crap. We jump to him. No, it's close now. Ooh. As he throws it. This is a really hideous looking monster. I kind of like it. It's scary. Let's see. Kona, I gotta say my favorite thing about this game is the ability to heal teammates by throwing grenades and shooting them with a cannon. It does look a little weird when you see it in practice, but I'll take my heals however you want to hand them out. Looks like he can keep you warm in winter. I don't know, he's got that red color scheme going on, but he also froze me solid. So I'd hesitate before jumping to conclusions there, Rin. What is that thing? Dread-seeded Wampa? So these are some sort of like red lyrium corrupted monsters? That's super weird. What is going on over here? I don't know what the whole dread-seeded thing is. Spoiling myself, is this? Oh jeez. I thought this is where I was supposed to go next. Sure looked like it was where I was supposed to go next. Oh, he is. Oh wow. Oh, he's a boss. Oh, he's a boss. That's why I'm barely damaging him. Let's leave. Let's not be here anymore. Oh, jeez. Wow, that hurt real bad. Okay. Okay, fighting him was a mistake. I see the error of my ways now. Let's get away from this place. After you do Isla, wow. That's weird. But I've got quests to do over here right now is the problem. I got that quest just north of me. Well, let's see if we can just get over there at least. Yeah, Wampa Stompa indeed. I think that was actually my last stream title when I was playing Old Republic as Wampa Stompa. Nice, nice. Distract them! I'll bring help! Or at least I'll res you at my position once you die. One of the two. Oh, wow. Frozen again? I don't even know how he froze me over here. That's horrifying. Don't worry, Kira's taking care of it. Kira's got things handled. I mean, she's not gonna win, but... We'll survive this encounter. Live to fight another day. I am only kind of sort of going the right direction. We gotta head north. I don't seem to have a mark for that.
Just when you think you've seen every form of ice on Hoth, somebody has to go and build a fortress out of it.
Shane will just aggro everything on his way to safety. That is my way. Find a way to get to safety and then find the least safe method of getting there. It's a talent, what can I say? Honed over many years and through many terrible, terrible decisions. Territorial Tauntaun. Wow, say that 3 times fast. I do appreciate enemies with alliteration. That is nice. Gonna get the Fallen Order? I mean, I want to see how it looks once it comes out, but probably. Looks pretty neat so far. I mean, basically from what I'm hearing, it might kind of sort of be Assassin's Creed, but Jedi. And hey, I'm there for that. I can be about that. Crawl inside them guts. That's only for emergencies. You don't want to do that just for funsies. That's weird and gross, and most of all, I cannot stress this enough, horrendously unsanitary. If you don't need to be up in some Tauntaun guts, maybe just don't be up in some Tauntaun guts. That's my Shane advice for today. If you don't need to be up in them Tauntaun guts, don't be. Just don't be. That's okay. You don't have to be in there if you don't need to be in there. That's a trade-off. You've heard it's more of a Souls game with some Metroidvania elements. That sounds interesting too. That I could see them making a compelling case for as well, so I could still be on board with that. Most definitely. Already got it pre-ordered. Nice. If you end up playing it before we do Gaming Hour, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So once it does release, feel free to share that with us, if you do. The Tauntaun will keep you warm, Luke. It'll keep him warm, but it'll also stain his clothes forever and a day. You don't want that. I mean, you know, you'll survive, but you'll survive just to be left with horrendous dry cleaning bills. Not great. Not spectacular. Man, these guys are strong. This whole area is kind of beefy. That's one down. Get these two. Oh, Kira is still there. I'm like, where the heck did she go to now? I didn't see her for a second there. I'm worried she wandered off on me again. It happens occasionally. It's not great, but it does happen. One guy left. Pick him off. Cool. Lukewarm! Oh no. I did misread that. Gaming Hour. That's a good pun. Content will help you keep you lukewarm. Oh my god. Amazing. So much pain. Gaming Hour, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I need a pub at this point. My goodness. Are there any in your area, Rin? Are there any decent ones? Halfway decent ones? I don't know if I've ever asked you that before. Hopefully there's something of interest there. I have to be punished for my puns? Oh no. Oh no, we absolutely love puns in here. Or at least I do. I'm running the show, so I can get away with that. There's some dead guys there, but we don't have a mission to interact with the dead guys, so... Do we? Might. Alright, let's take out some Tauntauns then. To the pungeon with you. It's all pungeon here. We're all in the pungeon here. Dun dun dun. We've spent an awful lot of time navigating tonight. I apologize for that. Feels like the majority of tonight has been in between locations. Doesn't happen often. It's very strange. I remember seeing it as a kid, I thought, that's gross, where are the gunfights? I was definitely a little grossed out by it. I'm like, oh, the Tauntaun's gonna keep him warm with his big woolly coat, right? Oh god, no. No, that is not how they decided to keep him warm. That is absolutely not the direction they decided to go with it. Is it a dark side act to needlessly slaughter wildlife? It's not needlessly. They wanted to kill my face off. That's why I was doing it. It was me or them, and I really preferred me. All there is to it. Population control, oh god. Maybe not that far. Oh, the Tauntaun sleeping bag. That would have been nice to have as a kid, but it is pretty cute even in the modern day. I've seen that one Rin that is breathtaking. Little Rin would have loved it too. That's pretty awesome. I'm impressed. See, I got lucky. I didn't... Because my brother was older than me, and because my brother was at just the right age during the original trilogy, I had all the cool, like, first-generation Star Wars toys. He had a bunch of really cool stuff. He still does. He keeps trying to get it back from my parents because they got it stored in their basement, and they won't give it to him because they know he's just going to pawn it. So, you know, way to go, Mom and Dad. That's awesome. Alright, so I think there's a cave around here we're looking for. I suspect that's what we need to find. We keep looking around here. You no! No. Killing bad guys. Trying to eat my face off. That's the thing we're doing. Oh no, Aid, I'm sorry about that. If you're not a sub, you gotta request permission to post links in here, but usually it's not a problem. You just gotta be aware of it. Not a thing I necessarily love doing, but there's some very shifty folks around Twitch. Gotta keep myself safe, gotta keep you folks safe. Is there somewhere on top of the ice shelf I was supposed to go to? Where is this color I'm looking for? Whatever it is. Maul's out here getting moderated as usual, apparently. It's definitely thing. Alright, so there's some friendly Tauntauns over here. That's usually a good sign that we're on the right track to where we need to be. Cross the mod's palm with silver. Ah, wow. Impressive. No, there's a whole bunch of points of interest over here too, but I can't see them. It's got to be underneath me. It looks like there might be something over in this direction. Let's keep heading over here. Oh, only 700. Is that all? Practically a steal. That is, that's pocket change. I'm sure you guys all have 700 lying around, right? Would have bought it when it was in clearance from ThinkGeek back in the day. So say we all, Seamus. So say we all. I don't think I ever really got my head around how much stuff on ThinkGeek was real limited edition. That was unfortunate. No, this doesn't look like there's anything in here either. We're gonna take a quick peek around because this seems like the most obvious place for those missions to be in. But I actually see.
And when we're out there, I want you to stay close and stay sharp.
Oh yeah, I do think this is where we're going. This is alright. Cool. We're in the right place. We've established that I'm a bastard in order to balance out your Boy Scout the yin to my yang, Rin. I appreciate that. Bringing balance to the Force is not a thing I normally ask of my mods, but if they're willing to help out with that, I'm down. Let's see, have you seen Fantasy Flight's 24-inch long Super Star Destroyer miniature? I have, Australis. I don't even have anything from that game, and I want it anyway. Just as a display piece, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Just like when they made that Star Trek. When they made the Star Trek minis game and they made it to scale Borg cube. My local game store still has one of those Borg cubes and they want like $150 for it. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's see, the one really big mini thing that I got is for, there was an old minis game called Mage Knight that I was into way back in the day. And I liked it because the minis came pre-painted, which, since I don't paint, is really important to me. And they had a 5-headed chromatic dragon that I got my hands on. Oh, it's a pretty model. It really is. I'll have to see if I can bust it out at some point. Yeah, for that price, it ought to be real Tauntaun leather. Seriously. Yeah, rest in peace, Think Geek. It was a beautiful thing, Seamus. Supposedly, they still sell some of the stuff, just not on their own site, and they're not going to be doing, you know, big things as much as they used to, so that is a shame, unfortunately. I'm gonna miss it. Jen mixed up Star Trek and Star Wars. Get him! Oh, no. Sorry. I take full responsibility. An Instructable for making your own Tauntaun sleeping bag? I imagine that's probably going to be pretty complicated, too. That could be tricky. Black Dragon wall mount. I think you did, I think I've seen you link that before, Australis. That looks pretty neat as well. Alright, so is there two? There's... Alright, we're not going to grab that one. We'll grab this mission right here. Don't let your guard down out there, Jedi. The wastes are crawling with pirates. Blasted hailstorm scum have been attacking us non-stop, haven't a decent night's sleep in weeks. They're wearing us down, make us tired, vulnerable. Won't be long before they storm the outpost and finish us off.
So what do you see happening next?
Either we start preparing our tragic last stand, or we find a way to force them back. Food out here is as scarce as it is dangerous. On Hoth, the wildlife eats you, not the other way around. If you sabotage the hailstorm's food supplies, they'd be forced to pull back and hunt, or starve. Either way, we win.
I'll do all that I can.
We got a lead on where the hailstorm is storing their foodstuffs. Security there is tight, but I'm sure you faced worse. Just find the food stores, destroy them, and get out. We'll let hunger handle the rest. Brutal, but effective. Hopefully they'll just get the note and take off. Might require a sewing machine, which I don't have. Let's see. So well within skill and means of anyone that cosplays? That's true. That's true. If it is somebody that cosplays, more than likely they'd already have the equipment for that, and more than likely the inclination as well. So that could be a cool thing for them. We finished Sam & Max last week. So tomorrow we are going to be playing the 2006 version of Prey. We're going to be getting started on that fresh. That'll be our first time playing it. So I hope you are looking forward to that. I hope that's something you can get excited about. But yeah, the end of Sam & Max is fun. We enjoyed that one. Let's go ahead and turn in our main quest here.
I conferred with every man in the platoon. Even if we sent everyone we have, we couldn't strike the Brotherhood effectively.
Then you see my point. A combined operation might have a chance. You didn't say you had visitors.
What are you doing here? We haven't seen a new face in weeks. How did you make it past the Hailstorm Raiders?
Who is this? And why isn't he in chains?
Captain Biron is here attempting to solve a mutual problem. A group of white mob pirates called the Hailstorm Brotherhood.
They are savages, frankly. Cultists and marauders from some other ice planet that came to Hoth to test their limits. They hunt and murder those who cannot survive in the cold as they do. Republic and Imperials alike.
What else can you tell me?
The Brotherhood don't dare attack us in our outposts, but they're devastating to anyone out on the ice. That means our supply convoys are constantly being intercepted. It won't be long before they starve us out. Captain Biron came with an offer, that we join forces long enough to defeat the Brotherhood.
Are you sure we can trust him?
Without help, our deaths are a certainty. Anything is better. What we need is for someone to bait a trap. If we fire a distress flare out on the ice, the Brotherhood will come running to attack.
When that happens, my squad can surround them and wipe them out. All the bait would need to do is last until they arrive.
The Brotherhood will find I'm not easily overcome.
They rely on surprise and savagery. Without the former, they can be killed like any other barbarians.
Then it's agreed. Here's the distress flare and directions. Find a good vulnerable-looking spot in the snow. Good luck out there. The Brotherhood knows that ice better than their own backsides.
Alright, we can do that. A little bit of surviving right there. Star Wars Wampa Beanbag Chair. I don't think I've seen that one before. Siamese are excited for Don't Fear the Reaper in that game. It does have a pretty cool soundtrack. I'm sure YouTube's gonna get super pissed at me We're putting my archives up there, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's see, Moss, you love the Sam and Max series? Me too. Me too. I haven't finished all of the Telltale ones. We'll be playing those ones eventually. Hooray! We're bait! Yay! It's okay. That just means we get to kick a lot of pirate ass. I am totally down for that. Alright. So, I think we're good to just get out of here for right now. Well, there's more left in this on this planet than I thought there was. This is a humongous planet. Perhaps it might have been a mistake to say today we're finishing up Hoth. I'm kind of getting that feeling right now. Oh well, that just means I get to make more Hoth puns. And I'm okay with that. We can work with that. We'll find a way to make it work. Alright, so... Still saying... No, not through there. It's still saying right nearby. There is another storyline mission. Where is that? This way? I don't think that's something I want to do right this second. We're going to take a peek. To Hoth to Trough? That could work. That could work. I think I'll use the going through a Hoth phase like I was mentioning earlier. Busting that out could probably work. Here we go. Let's change maps. And down there. Do I want to do that one first? Do we want to do the other ones first? I don't know. Let's head south and we'll do that one first, I guess. Couldn't be any problem with that. Hoth and Bothered! Oh man. That is a very solid one, Gamaguma. I'm gonna have to try and remember that one. I will always wonder what could have been with the... Oh, gee, what was that? Are there mines on this bridge? That's rude. Hoth under the collar? Gamaguma, you are on a roll. I love it. Yeah, I know that we're working on a Prey 2. There's some information about what was happening with Prey 2 on Wikipedia, if anyone's curious about it. I don't know if it would have been spectacular. I'm hoping we get a sequel to the current Prey, because that seems pretty cool too. Oh, we changed maps again, dang it. Well, if we change maps again, my course correct, or do we just want to head back? Or I don't know. Head over this way first. If the fall damage doesn't, yeah, it did kill us. I can't revive right here? Really? I can't revive on the spot? Shoot. Oh, that's unfortunate. The Hassle of Hoth. Oh, that's another good one too. Yeah, that's what I heard as well, Siamese, is you're a human bounty hunter on that planet that appeared at the very end of well, not at the very end. The planet that made its appearance in the original Prey. That's a decent setup already. Would have been interesting. There's conflicting reports over how much actually got completed on the game. But I would have been down for that. Still, I am hoping we get a sequel to the current Prey, because while I haven't played that one yet, it looks amazing. And I'm very eager to see what happens with that one. Do I just want to take the road for part of the way, at least, to get us over these canyons? That should be a good thing. So that means you think you may have an old Game Informer magazine that covered it? That could be cool. I love little pieces of history that wasn't like that. Magazine previews and reviews of games that never actually got released. Always did find those interesting. If you ever happen across it, Siamese, I'd love to get if you could take some pictures of it. That'd be a very cool thing to see. I know I was just looking into that on archive.org the other day. I know archive.org has some old video gaming magazines. I was looking for a very specific one that they didn't have, but they do have scans of some old video game magazines on there for anyone that's interested in seeing how things were way back when. Kind of neat. What was I looking for on there? Oh, I was looking for Inquest. I don't know if anybody remembers Inquest, but I'm like, are there scans out there of Inquest? I would love to see those back issues. That would be really cool. They did not have scans of Inquest. That was disappointing. Hopefully someday those crop up somewhere. I'd rather they not be lost to time. They're too cool. Kona Inquest! I used to have that for Magic the Gathering card pricing. Same. I didn't actually sell many of my Magic cards, but when I was making trades around the schoolyard, I needed to know what was the thing that got all the big trades. And every time somebody would say, "Oh, that trade's not fair," I'd bust out my Inquest. Well, look, Inquest says that card's worth $10. You're gonna have to do better than that, buddy. Oh, and they had the magic puzzles, like chess puzzles. I always thought that was really cute. And I don't think it was the main magazine of that, but they had Twisted Toy Fair Theater. The comic books made with action figures. That was really cute, too. There's a lot to like about those. I'm glad someone else remembers Inquest from back in the day, too. That gives me joy. Hopefully I'll be able to find some scans of them at some point. Relive some of the good old days. Map shows this wall ending pretty soon, so I'm hoping I can find a way around it. I won't have to go back the other way. Yeah, it had to be a current Inquest mag, especially when new sets came out. When new sets came out, they became horrendously inaccurate, as the meta swung wildly from one direction to the other. I think if I go digging, I might still have some of my old Inquest issues. That would be a cool thing to dig up as well. I remember I actually had from my old Inquest, they had a print and play board game. Well, not a print and play, but a board game that you cut out of the magazine and played with, called Space Station Zemo, that I enjoyed back in the day. It was very luck reliant, as you know, many board games were back in the day, but it's a cute little game. I had some fun times with it. I was really hoping down here was where we need to be, but now I'm not so sure. There could be another entrance right there, though. Let's check that out. Oh, the days where you had to track things like that on paper. I miss those days, but I also completely understand why they went away. There's a lot of droids in here. And they're moderately tough. I'm gonna see this. Not pushovers, anyway. Seamus, very cool to hear you were a fan of Inquest as well back in the day. Such a neat little product. Niche, although I think back then it wasn't quite as niche as it would be right now. Magic the Gathering definitely feels like it had a wider and more diverse player base back then. Let's see, Inquest reminds me of the old Dragon magazine. It reminds me of reading about Tucker's kobolds. I remember that story. I never read it in the actual magazine, but it got passed around on the internet enough that I have heard the tale of Tucker's kobolds. I want to say my local game store has like some back issues of Dragon, which apparently, sadly, aren't actually worth all that much. But that does mean if you want to pick up some cheap, not super duper difficult. Honestly, part of me, and I know this is 100% nostalgia goggles, and I never actually want to get a physical magazine in my life, but part of me misses the era of the magazines. You know, having to wait several weeks to get pics of new upcoming games. Getting to hang on to those glossy pictures. Squinting at them, trying to find secrets. What's in those screenshots? What can they tell me about what this game's going to be about? I don't know, magazines like Inquest definitely did some cool things, like all the side features, like the puzzles. Those were neat. And checklists. Checklists are pretty cool too. I like those.
You'll live.
Alright. Where are we going first? Easy to get turned around here. It's a bit of a confusing layout. You miss the physicality of the magazine era? Like, I do in some parts. Like, it was cool to have something you could touch like that. But on the other hand, I appreciate that same information in my life doesn't take up any space in my home. And I appreciate that I don't have to worry about getting mangled in shipping. There's definitely bonuses there, but I just... If I find any of my old Inquest issues, I will be a happy camper. That will definitely be a cool thing. I'll try and share some pictures if I ever do come across one. So we need to head in here. Didn't actually expect to be group phase, but alright, we can do that. That's fine. That means the enemies won't be respawning in here, at least that's a good thing. Whew. Oh, I don't think we're probably going to be doing a super long stream today, folks. I did not get a lot of sleep last night, and I'm feeling it catch up to me right now. I've only been streaming for like 2 hours, and my eyes are already getting heavy. That's a bad sign. It's probably not a super long one today. Mel, welcome back. How was your breakfast and your coffee? Hope both were amazing. Alright. So we're fighting level 37, guys. Did you just use self-destruct on me? Rude. Not even a Volt Orb and just blown up like that. Blame it on the Hoth environment. Oh, jeez. I feel like Daffy Duck saying that out loud, Kona. Am I the only one getting that? Is anyone else getting that too? It's a good pun, though. Mel, thank you for the host. Get coffee and boiled eggs. Sounds like a nice way to start the day. I approve heartily. Hothtal takeover. That's what we're doing in this facility right now. Launching a Hothtal takeover. I actually get a little bit of a lisp when I get super tired. It's very weird. Which, you know, I am super tired today, so I suppose it could freak me out if I'm not careful. But that is legitimately a thing with me. Not something that's come up on stream very often, but it's there. Alright. Oh, it's a whole new map right here. Alright, so those are the two things we need to blow up. And there's more white maw to kill in there, so we should be able to finish the binding edition. Lists are so cute, so keypad. Oh, thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. It has always been something I'm a little bit embarrassed about, but luckily, it is something I am also usually able to keep under a lid these days. So that's good. I like that. If it was something that snuck out every day, that'd be pretty bad. But it's relatively rare. Kira's kicking some ass. I like this. Jodie Foster does have the sexiest lisp. 100% agree with you there, Mel. I know that wasn't even the first example that comes to mind, but yeah, she does. She does. Oh, Jodie Foster. I haven't seen much of her lately. I look like the last movie I can think of her being in was like Panic Room.
You're fine.
It has been a long time. But yeah, like Silence of the Lambs there, Jodie Foster. Adorable. Adorable. Simon's found a 1.5 foot stack of Game Informers from the late 2000s. Hot damn. That is fantastic. I bet you got some cool covers in there too, just looking at those. That is, I suspect, impressive. Cool you're able to find them so quickly too. That's Alright, so we finished the side quest, so we don't need to be fighting anymore, so we can have woods or dudes if we'd like. And I would like. Tried to sneak past them. They were having none of it. Oh, I'm not expecting those probe droids to explode, and then every time they just completely throw me off. You hope I catch on eventually, but you don't expect it to, because that would be out of character. Edward Norton has a slight lisp. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before. That's interesting. ODST best Halo ever? Don't add me. I can't say I've actually played that one, Seamus. The only Halo games I've played are the original trilogy. But I know they're releasing a whole bunch of the Halo games on Steam. Currently, they're in closed beta this weekend, I think. I'm going to pick those up, and I'm going to see if they hold up and try out some of the ones I haven't played before either. Let's see. Cosplay Diver, welcome in. I am doing good, Cosplay. How about yourself? How is your week treating you, and how is your Halloween looking? You got any cool Halloween plans, Diver? Do you have a costume? I want to know everything. Let's see, what you playing on Thursday? You mean today? Isn't today bonus Thursday? I thought that's what I was doing. I'm already sleepy enough, don't confuse me. If you mean tomorrow, Deviant Fish, tomorrow I am playing,
There, good as new.
Tomorrow I'm going to be playing, 2006 version of Prey. Is what I'm going to be doing. You work shifts, my days are whack. Hey man, I'm a night shift guy. I know exactly what you mean. It took me a long time to teach myself to say today's Thursday. Because for me it's still Wednesday. When I woke up it was Wednesday, so I like thinking of it as that, but I know what you mean. Playing hooky, Diver. Nice. Nice. It's a good day for it. Halloween is a good day to skip out on responsibilities. One explosive charge planted. Let's head over and do the other one. Oh yeah, Diver, I heard you were playing the Outer Wilds? Either way, I'm really glad you're enjoying it. I think pretty much everybody I've heard or talked to that has been playing it has really been having a lot of fun with it. It looks like my kind of game. I hope I'm able to try it out at some point, though I doubt it'll be anytime soon. Now see, I hate that everyone keeps making the Fallout comparison. I understand why, because of the studio that made it, and because of the style of gameplay, but I think it's a game that's perfectly capable of standing on its own without the comparisons. Plus, I like Fallout 2, so I don't think it's the most useful of comparisons. Don't at me, I'm just passing info. No worries, Mel, no worries. Took down that big guy right there. Nice, nice. Credits, playing one. Really? No, you never played a Fallout. Yeah, first-person shooters aren't for everybody. Nothing wrong with that. There's something. At the final explosive charge, there's one more I have to plant. Thought I got them all. Apparently not. But yeah, I've played Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas, and I really enjoyed all of them. I think Fallout 3... I knew someone would come to rescue us. Welcome, welcome. We'll hold a parade in your honor, a feast. We must find a proper way to thank you for this. Oh, we can start with a tour of the facility. It is a marvel of engineering, even if I do say so myself. Oh no. Oh no, this is his factory and we're about to blow it up. Oh, Tiberium! Holy shit. I remember when they were announcing that. It's a shame that never got made. Coming to the Shady's Games channel when it's retro. I don't even know when I'm going to get around to that one, but I don't even have my own copy of it yet, so probably not anytime soon. Thought it was a guy stuck in his helmet. Nope, he's a little elephant man. Itty bitty tiny elephant man.
Of all the power stations I've seen on Hoth, this is certainly the best.
Oh, you're making me blush. This station is my life's work. I put my heart into every conduit and transformer. Wait, are you carrying explosives? Oh dear. You didn't come to rescue us, did you? You came to destroy the power station.
At least you have your freedom. Go. Start over somewhere else.
But why? A geothermal station never hurt anyone. It's harmless. This facility represents years of hard work by hundreds of my people. We can't abandon it. When the war is over, it'll still be the heart of our colony. We'll never survive here without it. Please reconsider. Our sensors just picked up a massive number of troops headed this way. It's the Empire. We're under attack. The Empire? Please, can't you help us? You saved us from the pirates. I know we can get through this too. Oh. Oh, he's so sweet. Mel, you just want to hug it. I know I don't want to break his heart. He seems so kind. I respect his work ethic too. That's true, cosplay. If it's a good touchstone to compare to something someone might like, and I do appreciate those kind of comparisons. Like, hey, if you played Fallout, all right, then you already probably would enjoy this. Not my archetype. Maybe exemplar. Maybe exemplar was the word you were looking for. That might be it. Roadbug, welcome in. How are you doing here today? All right, we'll do the light side thing.
The Imperial Army will be here any second. You might want to take cover before they get here.
Oh, thank you. I knew you'd change your mind. You're a great and courageous person. If we're going to fight for our power station, then we'll stand and fight alongside you. To arms, everyone! All right. Tiny little battle happening. Oh, there's the baddies. Only 68 here. It's freezing here. It's right on the line for freezing here in Chicago. Also, we got our first snow of the year today, and also we're being told that we may actually set the record today for the most snow Chicago has ever gotten on Halloween, which is not a record I'm looking forward to being broken. That is not something I want to deal with today. Whew. Hopefully it won't be or hopefully the worst of it'll miss us. That is my main hope there, is we don't get too buried. Yeah, at least I'm not working today. That is nice. I don't think I have to go out for anything. I might do a little bit of grocery shopping later on, but that'll be a quicker run. So yeah, I definitely don't want to be at work when that much is going on, because you get that much snow and that much damn snow, you got to worry about power lines and whatnot, and that's pretty harrowing. If I could not do that, I'm a happy camper. Mel, you were gonna riot if I didn't help those cute aliens. Oh, I always help cute aliens. Sometimes I even help the ugly aliens. I just want to help everybody. Team Boy Scout. Let's see, Mel, it's not even snow in Norway, just frost in the morning. We've had a couple of frosts. We had 2 or 3 frosts. And I'm completely shocked that we're getting snow now. This is really weird and unseasonal. Yeah, it's true, Roadbug. I don't get 120 in June either. Alright. Was that it? That was the entire attack? I thought they said hundreds of enemies. Thank you! Thank you! We will never be able to repay you for your kindness and bravery. You inspired us. We won't let our work fall into the wrong hands again. We're going to fight back. Please tell Crash Outpost that we're going to be building a defense system to protect the station. If the Empire comes back, we'll be ready.
I'm sure Major Vincent will be glad to hear it.
I mean, he's going to be ticked off that I didn't blow it up because that's what he told me to do, but this was the right move. Just got to convince him of that. Why is there still a white mod droid wandering around? Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Frost snow, you forget what that stuff is? That might be kind of nice for a change of pace. Just be able to forget about all the horrible frozen stuff. I'd be down for that. Kill it, it's too nosy. No, he's a friend. He's a cute, precious little friend. We will protect. Don't get it where you live very often? Oh man, I always tell people in Chicago we have 2 seasons, too hot and too cold. And we have just done the swing between too hot and too cold, and so now we got freezing temps and a humongous snowstorm on the way. Which I'm not super duper looking forward to. Alright, ready to take off? We are ready to take off from here. 120 in the summer, yeah, that's probably not a trade-off I'd be willing to make. Like snow, most of the reason I don't like snow is just because of transportation. It's hard getting around when there's that much snow on the ground. But you know, it can be tough to stay cool when it gets that hot outside. It's brutal. Oh, jeez. Alright. So we're back in the first segment. We just need to stay in the northern half of the map, and that should get us back to the outside. It should be good. All the recommended Twitch channels are getting our Australian. It's the Aussie hours right now, Diver. A lot of the streams you see right now are Aussie, just because of what time it is. Still plenty of cool Aussies out there to watch. Nothing wrong with that at all. Hopefully you find somebody cool in the Aussie directory if you're looking for some new streamers. Hopefully. You learn to have something to drink close by real quick here? Ooh, I can imagine. You really got to take safety seriously when it's that kind of temperatures. That can be terrifying. The wrong way. Heat stroke is no joke. Super dangerous and no fun whatsoever. These guys there too. And of course, Diver knows. That's awesome. Diver always a plethora of wisdom. Very kind of you to share some knowledge there, Diver. I remember we let Revan out of Maelstrom prisons, but we haven't seen what happened to Revan after that, so I would rather if you didn't spoil that, Australis. Since, you know, that's knowledge that's completely new to me. Sounds like it takes place after the part I'm at in the game. Let's see, Roadbug most don't like the summers here, but you like it better than being the southwestern Washington winters. I've heard they can be pretty heavy on the snow, especially up there. Most definitely. Where are we headed from here? Up. I think I see the path. That? Wow! Ambushed by some assault droids there. Spooky. Snow and storm. Oh yeah, yeah. The Pacific Northwest, I've heard, has some pretty impressive storms. Which, you know, I used to be a big fan of storms, but then I had to do a company where work at a company where uptime of power is a big thing. And then I had my roof collapse, so I have different opinions of it now, most definitely. Imperial only Flashpoint, but I might want to play Imperial Darkside at some point. You know, they've got 8 classes with 8 different class stories. I might enjoy playing that sometime. 100-mile-an-hour winds. That's brutal. We don't typically get anything over 60. And even that's pretty unusual here. Not cool, man. Not
Good
cool.
as new.
Looks like we probably are going to hit Legacy 12 tonight. I think there's got to be at least one unlock for Legacy 12. Probably nothing big, but we'll see when we get there. It's anything interesting. Right now, mostly we're just sort of grabbing Legacy unlocks as they come. And then once I've got a really good handle on Legacy unlocks, I'll probably just try cutting my subscription and seeing if I can live with my quality of life with all of my Legacy unlocks. Which hopefully I will be able to. I don't let my subscription lapse once I stop streaming it as well. But that's still, as we discussed, a long ways off. So I'm not thinking about that too hard right now anyway. Are any of these items I'm grabbing any good? No, they are not. No, they are in fact terrible. That's fine. Go pawn them when we get back to somewhere cool. Alright. I don't think we have too much farther to go in here. Is this just an exit? This is just an exit. Where to? Wait, is this just the way we came in? Oh, we went in there and we planted the bombs and everything, so we're leaving. Right. I guess let's head south to the outpost and see if we can drop anything off. Get some new missions. I suspect we will be able to. That seems like a good next step. Those look like bandits, so I killed a whole group of officers of the faction I wanted to befriend. Oh no! And I shoot on sight. Oh, I think we've all been there though, Diver. It was something that happened to me far too often in the old Elder Scrolls games. Oh man, those guys, those heavily armed guys coming towards me were coming towards me because they were friends. Oh no. Oh, the autosave happened after combat. I'm so sorry, Diver. Paying attention to Chanel instead of the uniforms, I'm just too compelling. I'm so sorry, Diver. I take full responsibility. Well, mostly partial responsibility. Whew, I think I need to refresh my drink before we get too much farther. Hopefully I should be safe right about here. Yeah, hopefully we'll be safe right here. Give me just a moment, folks, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alright, sorry about that, folks, but I am back. Checked in the terrors of the outside world. Doesn't look like the snow's started yet, so that's good. Even if I'm not going anywhere today, I definitely don't want to get snowed in. Diver gives you a reason to start a new character. You can already make some pretty cool different decisions that way, so that should be nice. Outside? Yeah, you know, Rin. That horrible, horrible, terrible thing that isn't inside. Where the day star lurks. Waiting to blind our eyes and burn our flesh? That place. Torrenson, thank you for the follow right there. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Right, the big blue room with the paint star. I hate that place. I try not to go out there too often, but that's where most of the food is, unfortunately. Luckily, I've got this big, like, freeze box thing. The ice chamber? I don't remember what it's called, but I got this thing in my house that I keep the food in. That I recover from the terrible outside world. So I don't have to go out as often. Very cool. Recommended very highly. Demon Grin, welcome in. How are you doing today? How has the week been treating you? Do you have any plans for Halloween? Torrenson, you know a thing about snow yourself, Canadian hero. Welcome in. Hopefully you're not looking at too much snow this year yourself. I'm in Chicago, and right now they are predicting today we may get the worst snow we have ever gotten on Halloween Day in Chicago. So it could possibly be a very wild one. Everybody keep your fingers crossed for me. Demon Grin, you haven't slept yet, oh goodness. Go get some rest if you get too tired. But good to see you one way or the other. Oh, good to meet you too, Torrance, and welcome in. See, when my friends ask why my character has a different name, looks different, I'll say, because Chanel. This is Chanel's doing. I'll take that. I can live with that, I think. Kurds or shredded? This is the only important question to a fellow Canadian. I do actually forget you're Canadian sometimes, Seamus. Everyone tells me Canadians are so polite. You're so angry. But you're not gonna swear. So there is that. Alright, I think this little underground area is where we're headed to next. We'll check the map when we're pulled up to it. Yep, that should be it. We've got a whole bunch of stuff we need to do in here as some other player goes past. Hello, friend. Canadians swear, I don't fucking believe it. Believe it. I've seen it in the wild. It happens. It's real. It is for real.
There, good as new.
Immediately testing the newcomers, hitting them with the big questions. Where do we come from? Where will we go? Kurds are shredded. What? I didn't realize I was getting the damage that badly. Alright, so maybe don't aggro all of them. Maybe don't aggro all of them at once. Jeez. So, back up. Back up and we'll put on some defenses before we go in. Actually take this encounter seriously. She tried to raid an Imperial base, apparently. Apparently that's what we're doing. Cosplay Diver, you found a place to get poutine close by. I don't think I've ever seen any places out here that sell poutine. That'd be interesting. Are you gonna play Moons of Madness? Oh, I want to real bad. Demon Grin. I saw a little of it when Seamus was playing it. And the lore implications were all delicious. Absolutely delicious. You know I am a big fan of Secret World Legends. Lots of references in there to things happening in Secret World Legends. So I would be very excited to play a little of it and get a little bit more of the lore. We're still getting hurt real bad. Oh my gosh, what is hurting us so bad? Whew. I don't know if I can get in there right now. We might have to come back. I think we might have to come back there. That is brutal. Maybe you should sneaky beaky crawl inside. I don't even know if I have any sneaky skills, unfortunately. That's a legit player Imperial base. He won't survive the champions. Then why is the game telling me to go in there? Sure seems like the game's telling me to go in there. Is there somewhere else I can go in the meantime then? Or do we just want to, do we actually have to just run in there? We'll try running past him, but this might be a really bad idea. Oh yeah, it's friendly in here.
Honestly, now, what do you two think of the cheers? Creepy.
There, good as new.
Weird.
Those eyes.
Let's see, Seamus, it was hilarious earlier. We were playing a game offline with some friends, and I said some distinctly unflattering things about our opponents. Unaccustomed to use swearing. Oh my gosh. I did the same thing with, if anybody here knows Girl of Tomorrow. Amazing streamer and friend of the stream right there. And she is very, very wholesome. very, very wholesome on her stream and does not swear. But I saw her at PAX Australia, I think it was. She was on someone else's stream and dropped a couple F-bombs just for laughs. And that was a sight to see. Yeah, I believe that she was different in her private life, but still it was shocking to hear. Roadbug, you gotta take off. Thanks for stopping by, Roadbug. You take care of yourself. Hello there, fellow Imperials. My disguise is working perfectly. But no, it's weird because the reason some of these guys aren't attacking is because we're on a ceasefire, is what they said. But then some of them are attacking. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We can fight our way through here. Hopefully we can fight our way through here. These guys aren't super bad just yet, so I'm keeping my guard. I want to get that reflect up. Bounce some of those big ass laser bolts. Yes, Demon Green, it absolutely is. And from what I was told by some of the devs at, or marketing people, I'm not sure, at TwitchCon, is there are some big, juicy advancements to the lore in that game. And there was some pretty big direct references in what I saw of it, so I'm very excited to check that out. Owen, welcome in. How are you doing today, Owen? It has been a bit. I hope you're doing well. Seamus, you're going to lurk and try to crash? Alright. Hope you're able to get some good rest, Seamus. Pleasure to have you hanging out in here. Thank you again for the resub. And we will see you around real soon, I'm sure, Seamus. Hope a good sleep fixes what ails you, my friend. Alright, can I take these turrets is the question. Can I knock these dudes? Find out. Oh no, no we cannot. No we cannot. They are big old badasses. Let's get the heck out of there. I think I got out of aggro range. He's still in there fighting him, unfortunately. Oh, I'm just back here! Alright, so there wasn't actually anything I needed to do in that cave, I don't think. Sort of needed to pass through. It's still telling me to go back in there. But for right now, we'll just do stuff over here. That's fine. Enough tentacles to be a Cthulhu game? Well, the Star Wars Secret World Legends is a very, very Lovecraft-inspired universe. If anyone's ever played Secret World Legends, and I really recommend folks do, the first area especially makes a lot of references to the Innsmouth mythology, which I really enjoyed. Wow, exhaustion zone, turn back now. Alright, apparently we're not supposed to be over there. Interesting. Let's see, Mel, gonna work on some stuff, and I enjoy your voice. Oh, Mel, you enjoy your lurk, and good luck with your work. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you keep feeling better if I don't see you real soon. Just like a Jedi to run away and survive. Jedis are survivors, that's important. Diver, you're gonna hunt down some breakfast. Hope you find something tasty. Alright. You want to go north? Yes, we'll start heading down this way then. Yeah, we can't just cross the tops of the mountains like it's Skyrim. Never got around to making that more than visual. I mean, it's kind of nice to not just have invisible walls or anything. And I know it is hard to make hard barriers all the time like that. It's creative, I'll give them that, most definitely. Earliest is 172 with the original prototype, and the last is 245 with Inquisition. Holy crap, they were still putting out those magazines when Inquisition was put out? The timeline for that sounds just insane to me. I can't wrap my head around that, but that's amazing. Jedi Order, aka Star Wars Dark Souls, I have. I have been following that real closely, Cosplay Diver. I'm hoping it's good. I don't know if I'll get to play it right at launch. Are you planning to play that when it comes out, Diver? Gonna give it a look? See if it's something you might enjoy? Because I know you did enjoy, what was it, Sekiro? I know I watched you play in one of the Souls-likes back in the day. I think it was Sekiro. Or no, Neo. Neo was the one I saw you playing. That was it. Let's see, Torrenson, is this your first Star Wars Old Republic tune? It is. This is my very first time going through the game. I hadn't played a single minute of it before this run. So this is first character, first run. I am going in totally blind to the story, blind to all the areas. And I'm having fun with it so far. I am enjoying it. And we found out there was a lot more people in my community that play this game than I would have even imagined. That's pretty neat. You had me and Shane plays Souls-likes. I do have Seamus sitting just out of arm's reach on my desk over there. I have a copy of Demon's Souls with my PS3 that's hooked up to my streaming rig. So it is something I've thought about. Great class stories. Oh yeah, that's probably my favorite part of the game so far. Is I really enjoyed the writing. It started out a little bit slow. The first maybe 3/4 of chapter 1 or episode 1 or whatever they call it in here was pretty slow. But then we got to the peak of that one, and the climax was really exciting. And then chapter 2 has been really exciting so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing where everything goes. I'm in for the long haul. I can tell you that much. Don't tease me like that. I'm sorry, Seamus. But I wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't a possibility. I can promise you, it is a possibility. Alright, fire the distress flare gun and defeat the pirates. Alright. Go over here and shoot some pirates. I can do that. For your next character, you should team up with 3 community members and each play a different class, cause, and reasons. That'd be really hard to coordinate. That's one of the reasons I haven't done any multiplayer on the stream yet, is because that does require a degree of coordination that stresses me out just thinking about it. It would be a cool idea, though. Let's see, Diver, you played all of them. Neo, Sekiro, Code Vein. What did you think of Code Vein? It seems like most of the people I've talked to that have played it so far have really been enjoying it. I hope you have been as well. Let's see. Jedi Knight is a great choice because of what happens later in the game. That's basically what I was told. Is usually I just sort of pick a class based on what I think I'd like to play. But in this case, I'm like, well, I really love KOTOR. If I want the KOTOR experience out of this game, what should I play? And the general consensus I got from people was, well, why don't you go ahead and go Jedi Knight? I'm like, okay. I usually go more support or range than melee DPS, but I've been having fun with it nonetheless. And, you know, story is my thing. Story is like the #1 concern for me in games like this, so I'm willing to make a considerable amount of sacrifices just for that. Hey, Sharpie plays! I don't know why that didn't set off an alert. But welcome in, Sharpie! Thank you for the host right there. Sharpie, I was lurking you for a little bit earlier today, watching that game you played. I've never heard of that one, but then again, that seems to be true for a lot of the games you play. How are you doing today, Sharpie? How was your stream? And also, can we get a shout-out for Sharpie? If someone doesn't mind doing that. Let's see. Sharpie, hope all is well. So far, so good. Although they're predicting that today there's going to be record snow here in Chicago. So I'm trying to batten down the hatches and make sure we're ready for that. How about you, Sharpie? How is that game going for you? You enjoying that one? It didn't look like the greatest. But the aesthetic was nice, at least nice and colorful. Let's see. Jedi Knight and Sith Warrior equals in everything story-wise. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, my lightsaber's not matching set you off. I kind of like having the one blue and the one green, though. Get both of the good guy colors there. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Diver, that's your favorite so far. Oh, yeah. The character creator is so robust in that game. I like it a lot. Let's see, Torrenson, Lightside Sith Warrior is actually your favorite story in the game. I don't think you're even the first person to mention that before. Some people have said they really enjoyed the way that played out, and just the fact that it exists Still blows my mind, but I might want to see if I can try it someday, I suppose. Could be cool. I think I see something I'm supposed to mess with over there.
There, good as new.
Pugsy, that was the one I was seeing you play. Pugsy, I couldn't remember the name. I swear I've heard the name somewhere, but I don't remember the context. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Unless it was Ghost House. Oh god, I was watching you play that yesterday. That looked like such a nightmare. That stupid Count Dracula. With his erratic movements and his enormous hitbox. Oh, what a mean enemy. And those teleporters. Ooh. Ooh, did you end up beating that one, Sharpie? I didn't get to catch the end of it, unfortunately, but I was hoping you struggled your way through that beast. So you don't have to go back to it. But yeah, folks, if there's anyone in here that isn't following Sharpie, like I mentioned, I've been lurking him all this week and having a lot of time hanging out there. He's, he plays a lot of, Sega games. Old, retro Sega games. Honestly, I don't think Sega gets enough love on Twitch. So that is really cool to see some of those old rarities get exposed. And, he's really cool to hang out with and very knowledgeable as well. So if you're not following him, click that link, give him a follow. Check him out next time he's live. Say hi. Stick around for a bit if you wish. You might enjoy yourself. Very well. This guy's really tough. There we go. Whew. He was tough. Dracula went down 6 levels of hell. Whew. Whew. I'm so glad you got through that. Hopefully that is not one you have any reason to revisit anytime soon. You can just let sleeping bad games lie. Pugsy's still blobbing around? I don't know. We hope so. We hope that somewhere out there Pugsy's still doing his thing. Fighting the good fight for us all. We can only hope.
Good as new.
We can only hope. Am I even targeting that guy here? I can't tell. I am. There we go. Alright. Once in a lifetime game right there. Whew. Or for us fortunate enough to not be doing that challenge you're on, maybe a 0 time in a lifetime. I respect your patience and your skill for getting through that. I definitely wouldn't have been able to make it through that. It would have destroyed me, this I know. Alright, destroy Hailstorm food stores. Oh, so these boxes are what I'm trying to smash up now. Gotta go from box to box, smashing them up. We can do that. Shouldn't be a problem. Isn't that literally the opposite? I told you, I don't set out to play games that are just exclusively bad. Now, some of the games I play on here do have a lot of bad qualities to them, but I always play them because I think they have some sort of redeeming quality that I like to show off. Like Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition, one of my favorite games of all time. It's objectively a busted, janky-ass game. You know, the PC version especially, there is no way to make it not crash on you all the time. But I think some of it is so cool that it's worth showing off in some capacity. So maybe I don't recommend that anyone runs out and buys it immediately or plays it on their own, but I can play it for you. I can play it for you and hopefully give you that experience. So says Mr. Stewart. I'm actually planning on playing that one again in December, probably? Probably December. Once the physical edition of the Switch version comes out. I've already got that one pre-ordered. The digital version's already out, but I'm waiting for the physical edition. Once that hits, we're probably going to be replaying it on stream. Just because I want to make sure that we are getting people ready and prepared for when Deadly Premonition 2 comes out, because oh my gosh, I'm going to be all over that. Absolutely, that is going to be a play-on release for me. Can't wait for Twin Peaks the game. If you haven't seen it before, you are in for such a treat. Absolutely such a treat. Like I said, it's not, maybe not great to play, but if you get to see someone else play it, you get all the fun stuff with none of the bad stuff. And it would be my absolute pleasure to take some folks through there blind. I know I've heard at least a couple people in the chat that weren't around, because I played it very, very early on in my streaming career. I imagine there was a lot of people that weren't around for that, and anybody that is going to get to experience it blind, I'm excited for you. I am very excited for you. I think probably sometime early in 2020, we're going to look into playing D4 as well, which is another game by Swery that he made after Deadly Premonition. I've been putting that one off. I have been trying to avoid that one because it's unfinished. It is literally unfinished, and that made me just not want to play it because what we have is not very satisfying to me. But there are hints that Deadly Premonition 2 will tie into D4 somehow. So I think we are finally going to get around to playing it sometime. At the Siamese, I saw you play a bit of the original janky shit. I remember you scrounging for gas. Oh yeah, we had to do that a bit sometimes too. Plus, by the end of the game, it was crashing every 40 minutes like clockwork. Because I was playing the PC version. Mel, you loved that one? I don't know, it felt too hard, like they were trying to capture the feel of the original. And I think part of the reason the original had that feel was because they weren't trying to make it as weird as it ended up being. It just sort of happened that way. Now, I can't really judge too much about D4 because it's supposed to be like, what, like 20% of the original game they intended? So who knows what it would have looked like if they had the time and money to finish it. Because I think that's really what was the capper for Deadly Premonition for me. Is there was a lot to like about the game, but in the end, it's a game about a murder mystery. And I thought the reveal of who done it, don't let anybody spoil it for chat that doesn't know, but I thought when they did finally reveal who done it, I thought, oh, that's really good. That's a really satisfying conclusion to this mystery. And for me, that's what kind of tied a bow on everything. So it's possible it could have done that for D4 as well. It's possible if I was able to get all the way to the end, I would have been like, oh yeah, this is a good satisfying way to wrap everything up. But we'll never know, unfortunately. Because I don't even think Swery has the license to the game anymore. I think Microsoft probably still has it. Not that they do anything with it, most likely, but I don't suspect we'll see any more from there. Let's see. Little Peggy was Forrest Cason's dog the entire time. There's so many secrets that could have been in there, and so many theories people have, and we just don't have much to go on. The long-ass table in the hotel, oh my gosh, and you're constantly trying to yell to the lady that's already hard of hearing that sits all the way at the other end. That was a good gag. There is some really nice sight gags in this game. And sometimes I think video games don't do enough good sight gags. It's a subtle art. It is difficult to pull off. But there's some good ones in there, most definitely. Seamus, I take that's Stereo Parade. Coming for nearly 2 years, well, hopefully she can get the Switch version. The Switch version, I'm told, is the most stable out of all of them. It doesn't have, strangely enough, the Switch version is missing the director's cut content, sadly. But I think that might mean, possibly, that the director's cut content isn't going to be canon anymore? That actually wouldn't surprise me that much. Because the director's cut material was originally supposed to, although it did hint at a Deadly Premonition sequel, it also served to be a solid ending for the characters if that was indeed the last we'd see of them. And, you know, I'd assumed that would be the last we'd see of them because I kind of thought I was the only one out there demanding a Deadly Premonition remake, or a Deadly Premonition sequel. Apparently not, or hopefully not. Switch version and the director's cut and a PS3. Nice. Nice. So she got options. She's got options whatever she chooses to do. I like it. I haven't actually tried out the PS3 edition, though I do have that one. You don't even care which one? I thought about it for a very long time, because I do honestly love some of the scenes they put in the director's cut edition. But also, as I said, the director's cut is closing the door on the series in a lot of ways. So I don't mind that they're not in there. And I think when I do my replay, I think I will be doing the Switch edition. Just on the assumption that that is going to be the most canon edition when everything's said and done. Although I tried to look into it. I looked into it and I'm like, is You know, are they officially non-canon or not? And the only thing I could see saying was that Swery said the decision to remove those wasn't his decision. The decision to remove those scenes was made by the producer of the game. That's a hard thing to read. You know, I don't know if that's him saying they're no longer canon or just he would like them to be canon, but they're just not in there anymore. I don't know. That's a hard read. I'll keep looking into it, and if he ever says anything more on the topic, I will let folks know. Siamese Sneezes Can't Stop Thinking of the theme song of Twin Peaks. Very good song. Very good song, but also not my favorite song from the soundtrack. My favorite one is that one that, from the jukebox. You may know the scene if you've seen the series before. I'm trying to think. It's from the first couple episodes with the dance in it. The dance scene. Absolutely fantastic scene and very good, very chill, weird song. Hey, Nintendo, and welcome in. How are you doing today? Sound effects a bit too loud, are they? Oh, I see they are a little loud. I don't know. Do I need to turn down the sound effects a little bit, folks? What say you? That is a thing I could do. I remember they seemed a little bit loud last time I streamed, too. So if anybody else thinks so, I'd be glad to turn them down. Titch wouldn't be bad. Alright, let's do that just a little bit. Actually, where's the menu for that? References, sound effects. Let's try that at 50. Maybe 45. Yeah, 43. Precisely 43. Try that right there. But thank you for the feedback, Nintendo, and Rin as well. I appreciate that. Moby remixed the Twin Peaks theme? Oh man, I might have to look into that. I do enjoy me some Moby, but mostly old Play era Moby. Sometimes the producer's vision bears little semblance to the shipped product. I think with Swery, the problem is he's had a lot of problems with publishers. There's been a persistent legend that I've never been able to confirm, so don't take this as canon or anything, but I've always heard the legend that the reason those other world scenes exist in Deadly Premonition is because the producers thought there needed to be more combat, unfortunately. Which I think the game could have done well with zero combat if it was just a mystery game. But obviously there's a lot of producers that worry that'll be too niche. And then D4. D4 was completely overhauled at the request of Microsoft. Because he had a lot of trouble finding a publisher for D4, and when he did, he found Microsoft Studios. And Microsoft Studios had two non-negotiable requests. Number one, the game must be digital only on the Microsoft Indies Store, or the Xbox Indies Store. And request number two, the entire interface has to be built around the idea of playing the game as a Kinect-only game. So he kind of had to use that. Not Kinect compatible, it had to be Kinect only. Kinect had to be the control scheme, period, end of story. And those were both really brutal conditions, and they're going to change the way the game is. Also, we had some other problems, namely when the game was released, there was zero advertising for it, and that stings. That really stings. And then, of course, it got canceled after the first season, so we'll never see the resolution to anything. I'm glad he was able to rework, I'm glad he was given the access to be able to rework it so it could be played with a mouse, and it came out on Steam. Because that's where I was able to play it for the first time, is I played the Steam version. And it is completely played on Steam, that is the thing. Hey, Nintendo! Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub right there, I appreciate that. I know you can only use that on one streamer a month, it means a lot if you choose to send it my way. Well, thank you so much for that, Nintendo, and welcome back to the Sub Club. And I hope you enjoyed those emotes, my friend. Glad to have you in there. And thank you again for commenting on the audio. Honestly, this game has kind of some tricky audio to balance. Luckily, they've got a lot of sliders, but getting everything just right has been a little tricky. Let's see. Hey, Jay Melman, welcome in. How are you doing today? Now does not seem like the greatest time for BlizzCon. I'm kind of curious how big the protests are going to be. But aside from that, I'm probably not going to be paying much attention to BlizzCon this year.
There.
We're not going to get into that too much, or at all, but yeah, that's just basically my stance at the moment. Let's see. Seamus, you didn't know it existed until Stereo One Night is like, this is what we're doing? Yeah, it's so... It got things did not go well for it. Things did not go well for that game. And that's really a shame. That's the reason why for years, I swear he wouldn't even talk about the game. Because I think he was, as much as anyone, probably more than most, was just really frustrated about how everything went down with that game's development. I don't blame him one bit. And that's why I'm all the more surprised to see what looks like explicit references to it in Deadly Premonition 2. I could very well be wrong. That could have just been, you know, me seeing what I want to see, but we'll see. I'm going to play it just to be safe, and if it references that, I will be giggling like a schoolgirl. Absolutely giddy. Let's see, and Jules, thank you for the follow right there. Welcome in. Glad to meet you. Yeah, I imagine, Seamus, I imagine. Sweary's had a rough time, too, because he had a big vision for Deadly Premonition, too. Or the original Deadly Premonition, I should say. And for the most part, they gave him a lot of creative freedom. And it did not sell well. And I know one of the reasons he says he thought it didn't sell well, one of the reasons he's always blamed for it being a niche game to this day, was the fact that the advertising for Deadly Premonition, if you look up any of the old ads they had for the game, sold it as a straight-up horror game. In the vein of, like, Resident Evil and Silent Hill. And that is not the way to market that game, because if you go in expecting, you know, Silent Hill, you're going to be very extremely disappointed. Absolutely crushingly disappointed. Now, on the other hand, you know, all credit to the marketing guys. I'm not sure how I would sell that game. I'm not even sure I know where to start with that. But, yeah, that was one of the things he blames, and I think that's a fair thing. That's a fair thing to blame. Oh, we're getting a message. Hang on. Who's calling me at this hour?
Hope this isn't a bad time, Master Jedi. We took out the other reactor, but General Grain just alerted me to a secondary objective.
Oh?
The White Maw has a series of munitions dumps here. Scouts report those weapons are headed for the Dreadnought. General Grain believes the pirates are reinforcing. He ordered me to hit those munitions dumps. Thought you might want to join in.
I don't want the enemy well armed when we assault that Dreadnought.
Transmitting coordinates to you now. If you can hit at least half, my men will handle the rest. We'll rendezvous with you at the outpost when this mission's complete. Sergeant Rusk out.
Alright, that's doable. I can jump in on that as well. Jay Melman, the rumors have been that they're going to be announcing a Diablo 4 and a Diablo Mobile. And I'd be down with both of those. The idea of playing Diablo on a phone is pretty exciting. Alright, so were those little boxes I was coming across the weapon caches, or are these big boxes? You know, let's start heading up in this direction, see what we can see up there. Yeah, not to mention extremely confused. Right from the opening scene, that game makes a statement. Deadly Premonition, I mean. And it's not this game is horror. There is some horror elements, of course. The grisly murderer, the mysterious pseudo-supernatural killer. But it's still not the way you pitch it to somebody. It's just not going to work out right there. And Starship Troopers marketed as the next Star Wars? Did they really? That's insane. Like, that's the very first thing you need. That's the very first thing you need to appreciate Starship Troopers, is you need to understand the entire movie. Literally the entire movie is ironic. None of it's meant to be taken seriously. The entire point of the movie is the exact opposite of what the characters are expressing. Again, I can see this being very challenging to sell. I respect that. Yeah, people were pissed about Diablo Mobile. I was happy at the time. I was really excited. It's like I said, the idea of being able to play Diablo in bed, I like that very much. I think that is a very cool idea, and that's something to be exciting. Alright, Seamus, please, Seamus, get some rest. And I hope you wake feeling energized and ready to attack your day tomorrow. We'll see you soon, Seamus. But yeah, I think when somebody does make something really out of left field, like Deadly Premonition, it's always going to be challenging to present to the general public. Just because if it's something unique, there isn't really a good touchstone to compare it to. And that means you have a lot of heavy lifting to do to explain the product to people. That's a lot. That is a lot. These guys are really tough. Let me take him down too. So yeah, I'm just still completely over the moon. I'm still blown away that Deadly Premonition is getting a sequel. I don't know if it can possibly live up to the original. Something tells me it won't be able to, but I'm going to give it every opportunity to do just that. I will be purchasing it as soon as it comes out. I will be playing it as soon as I can fit it into my schedule after it comes out, and we'll see. We'll see. Mel, you're hyped for the sequel as well? I'm glad. I'm glad. We need more people to be spreading that hype. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, some people in chat might know how we're getting a Deadly Premonition sequel, and that's that apparently my superpower is that I resurrect dead franchises. But even I did not think my power was this much. Let's see, J. Mailman, Deadly Premonition 2, it was in one of the Nintendo Directs, which is also crazy to try and get my head around, that it was in the same breath they were talking about the new Smash Brothers content. They announced the sequel to Deadly Premonition. I imagine a lot of people were probably confused, going, what the heck is this game? Oh, meanwhile, I'm over there going, just like that. Mel, I'm going to watch you so hard while you play it, no blinking. You might want to blink occasionally, but I'll be glad to have you there with us, Mel. Deadly Premonition was so polarizing, and like I said, there is a lot that is objectively bad about that game. The combat is not fun. It just isn't. It never was. It never was going to be. There's tons of bugs in there. The driving is not fun. The mini-map is useless. The town layout is the definition of frustrating. And yet a lot of it does work. So if you hate Deadly Premonition, you know what? I respect it. I completely understand where you're coming from, and I respect that. But I will love it till the day I die. Haven't heard about the first game either? I'll be playing it in a month or two, J. Melman. I'll be showing it off to everyone if you want to see what it was about. Trey Dog, I want to say again, if you're reviving dead franchises to get back on the Shadow Hearts train, I will. I will. Sometime in 2020, I'm going to try and play Shadow Hearts 2. I think the problem right now is I have so many JRPGs that I want to play all at the same time. And I can't play too many of them at once because they're so long. But that is one of the ones I am definitely going to try and get to. I'm excited about that one.
Good as new.
Watched enough of it to know it's a shit show. Endearing is a good word for it, Siamese. Endearing is a really good word. It's just got a charm to it. It makes you want to look past all of its horrendous flaws and love it for what it is. And for me, it succeeds. It might not for you, but for me, it definitely does. Let's see. I'll tell you another franchise that I appear to have mysteriously used my power to resurrect. I don't know if anyone here has even heard of this one, but there was an old cartoon on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim specifically, about 13 years ago, I believe, called 12-Ounce Mouse. Does anyone remember that one? It's a very, very weird show, but it was totally my jam back when it originally came out. Apparently it's getting a new season? Apparently it's getting a new season in 2020. They're making new episodes for it. I don't know how that happened. 13 years after the fact, somebody just decided, alright, new 12-Ounce Mouse right now, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm gonna love it because they apparently got the original cast and crew back for the most part. Sharpie, you've seen 12-ounce mouse, a man of quality and discerning taste. I respect that. So, oh man, I'm excited. I don't know how that's happening, but I'm excited. Which way am I headed here? Let me check the map real quick. How am I over this way? Let's see. J. Melman, Outer Worlds. Oh boy, did that game live up to the hype. People are enjoying it. I'm excited to hear that. And in Nintendo, you got a Sega Saturn recently. Can anyone suggest good games that are not the obvious system sellers? Good question. I know I've got some other retro folks in here. I'd be curious to hear what they have to say about Sega Saturn. I know for me, a lot of the Sega Saturn's appeal is going to be FMVs.
There, good as new.
So I don't know if you like or want FMVs, Nintendo. I know those are another very polarizing thing, speaking of that. I'm trying to think of other ones, though. I know there was an edition of Lunar for Sega Saturn, but I think the PlayStation one is considered the definitive one, so I don't know if you'd want to get that. You'll try anything. Ooh. In that case, what's a good FMV? What's a really good FMV for that one? I mean, Night Trap Sega Saturn. Or no, that was Sega CD. No, I'm thinking of Sega CDs. Shoot. I'm completely confused over here. My apologies. What's a good one for Sega Saturn? Was Knights originally for Sega Saturn? I know that one's out on Steam right now, so it's not as hard to get as it used to be. I want to say Knights was Saturn first time around. Let's see, Sharpie, I'm too little experienced with the Saturn for right now. Sega Rally and Daytona USA. Oh, Sega Rally. I don't even like racing games most of the time, but Sega Rally is a good one to pick up every once in a while and just drive around like a madman in. If you don't mind asking, Sharpie, what would you say is your favorite of the Sega systems? I'd be curious to hear your opinion if you have one. I'd understand if you don't. But as the biggest Sega guy I have seen on Twitch, I'd be curious to hear your opinion. Siamese, you remember watching Super Jail back in the day? That was another fun one. Very bizarre. I love that theme song. The theme song and the intro sequence to Super Jail always got me. That's another classic one. I know eventually, someday in the distant future, we're going to get another season of Venture Brothers as well. And Venture Brothers is always just amazing for me. Oh, Outrun! Outrun's another good one. That one I have had the pleasure of playing myself, and I've very much enjoyed Outrun. Coming Home, My Cheeseburger. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name of the band, Siamese. I appreciate that. But yeah, I appreciate a theme song for a TV show that, like, the moment you listen to the theme song, you're just instantly in the mood for that show. And Super Jail 100% had that. As soon as you listen to that theme song, you were right where you needed to be, and I love that. Geek Boy, welcome in. How are you doing today, Geek Boy? Hope the week's treating you well, and I hope if you're doing anything for Halloween, you got some fun plans. Let's see, Sharpie, Genesis has to be it until you start driving into the Saturn. I respect that. Genesis does have a hell of a library. It really does. And I've seen so many cool things on your stream that I wouldn't have even known from Genesis, so I really like that. Let's see, I don't know, I can't name too many games from Saturn. Sega CD, I enjoyed all the FMV things. Dreamcast, I'm a big Dreamcast fan. I got my Dreamcast actually plugged into a CRT right behind me, just so I could play it sometimes. So I love me some Dreamcast. I know basically nothing about Sega Master System.
A Jedi? Never killed one of your kind before.
Oh, we're doing that.
He sounds pleased. I'm not sure that's good.
This should be interesting.
The way behind me is clear. You're free to go. All I want is that reactor.
Free to go? Good one. It's nothing personal. We have to kill you. White Maw bosses don't forgive failure. Not in their natures. They're Gendai. Got no regard for life, not even their own. Of course, it's easy for them. They're indestructible.
I've never heard of your leaders. Introduce me to them.
Oh, they wouldn't like that. And neither would you. They can't die, but they enjoy killing even more than me. Come on, boys. Let's keep the bosses happy.
Yeah, I've actually got two CRTs in my apartment right now. One of them is for retro game purposes, so I could plug some of my old systems into it back before I was streaming. And the other one is actually intended. I always dreamed someday of making my own arcade machine, and it would be ideal to have a CRT for that. Most of the games I'd want to play are from the CRT era. So hopefully it still will survive long enough to be put in an arcade cabinet. But that's what that's doing right there. Yeah, I know almost nothing about the Master System. I think probably my favorite Sega console is Dreamcast, just because they did some really crazy cool things on it. And it hurts me because I feel like they really got a raw deal. Like, with all the neat stuff on that system, I felt like they deserved to do a lot better. And it's just a shame to see him go out like that. Yeah, well, we got a badass right there. At least he thought he was a badass. He went down real fast. Where do believe these Gendai are? I'm not familiar with that term. We should probably leave now. Detonating the reactor is usually a good sign that it's time to leave. It's a geek boy. I know a guy in the Atlanta area who works on old arcade games and pinball machines, fixes them up if they're broken. Oh, it's really cool. We have, out here in the Chicago suburbs, what may possibly be the largest arcade in the entire world. They're talking to Guinness right now. It's got close to 600 unique cabinets, last time I heard. And closing in on 20 pinball machines, all functional as well. It is a joy to go to. I haven't been there in a while. I'm going to have to try and go back sometime soon. But that's how this guy started out. Is he was just a collector of arcade machines. And he's like, hey, you know what would be a good way to subsidize the cost of repairing all these? Start an arcade. So now he's got that monster right there. They even have some unique things in there. For example, this arcade has the only known working copy of the Primal Rage 2 arcade machine. And there may be some people in chat going, wait, there isn't a Primal Rage 2. Apparently they were working on one. It wasn't finished. If you play the arcade cabinet, it will crash before you get to the final boss. But you can play it some. You can get the 2-player working. You can get partially the way through the 1-player. There's clearly some things that are unfinished in there, but surprisingly far along. And like I said, the only functioning unit known to exist, which is just, it makes it very cool to play. I like that very much. If I had a job or some kind of money, I'd be in the arcade. I'd be in an arcade after school. Nice, nice. What were some of your favorite arcade cabinets back in the day, Geek Boy? Any that you'd always have to jump on if you could? You didn't really like Primal Rage. Primal Rage wasn't my cup of tea either, Trey Dog, but it's honestly, it's more like about the principle of the thing. You play this machine, you're playing something historical, monumental, a possibly one-of-a-kind arcade machine. That's the big draw for me when I played it. Because the combat wasn't very balanced and it was a little janky as well, but I'm glad I was able to play it. Glad I was able to say I have the experience of playing this incredibly rare machine. Oh, that's why I played it one time, because it didn't actually exist. That's a good reason. That's a good reason. Tempest! Not enough fans of Tempest out there. I don't think, Geek Boy. Tempest, an underappreciated classic right there. A very challenging game, but very neat aesthetic. Number one. And very unique gameplay. Good music too, Mel. Good catch. Good music in Tempest. I haven't played that game in a million years. I think they have a Tempest. No, I don't know if they have a Tempest machine there. I'll have to check that out. How... Oh, you gotta go a bit around. Get over there, I think. What is that place? Starship Graveyard? Alright, I guess we'll head over there. Let's see. Trade thinking back to arcade game machines used to play. Ninja Turtles, Simpsons, two of the greatest 4-player arcade machines ever made. Knights of the Round. I've only gotten to play that a couple times, but that one I've enjoyed. Asteroids was fun but repetitive. It's true. It's true. If you got good at Asteroids, it just sort of got a little tedious. Your father was a whiz at Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. I never had the chops for those. I respect anybody that does, but I was not a Pac-Man guy myself. Let's see, what are my favorite arcade machines? Strider 2. Whenever I go to the arcade, I always make a point of playing some Strider 2. The original House of the Dead. I loved very much.
You're fine.
Oh, what is that mech fighting game that I really enjoyed? What is that one? I always forget the name. Virtual On. The Virtual On arcade machine with the twin stick setup. Oh, I loved that one. I only ever saw that at a movie theater that we had in my area when I was a kid. But I'd always make sure to get to the movies like 45 minutes early just so I could jump on the Virtual On machine, pump all my allowance money into it. That was a cool one too. I haven't seen that one in ages. One other one that I really enjoyed was Power Stone. Power Stone, which, speaking of Dreamcast, I think it was only ever released on Dreamcast as far as consoles. As far as I know. I could be wrong. But that's the only place I could ever think of it. It's pretty obscure these days, which is unfortunate. Because it feels in many ways like a precursor to Smash Brothers. In the way that it was kind of a light, almost comedic fighting game. Not quite comedic, but very light and ridiculous, more party focused. And I love that one very much. It's a very fun game. That's the trade-off. You had Virtual On for Sega CD. It wasn't that great. I have Virtual On for PS2, and it wasn't that great. It's just, I think so much of the experience depended on having the two like joysticks that you get your whole hand around. It felt very much like an experience type game when you played it that way. So, I mean, Sneeze, you're never going to be any good at Pac-Man? Me neither. Me neither, no shame in that. Oh, jeez, Geek Boy, sorry to hear that. It is frustrating. Game Gumo, your arcade experience, House of the Dead, there's a good one. I never played Punisher Arcade. Metal Slug, another classic. We were talking about that last week as well. Medieval Madness. Which one was Medieval Madness? I think I've played that one before. The name's ringing some bells, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Give me a genre at the very least. Oh, pinball! Oh, yeah, I did play Medieval Madness. Yeah, I played Medieval Madness. That's a good table. For a second, I was confusing it with Black Knight, and I hate Black Knight. That pinball table is just mean, but yeah, Medieval Madness is a fun one. Were you trying to smash down the castle walls? The digitized voices in that one were just a hoot. Really did enjoy that one. Let's see, Nintendo and Saturn had a special Virtual On arcade stick. Did you know they're actually making a new one? There was a Kickstarter, or a Japanese Kickstarter, I believe, for a USB maybe? It was a unique, a customized control stick just for Virtual On. Because they're working on a Virtual On collection as well. I thought about getting in on the Kickstarter too, but it was a lot of money. And I'm like, I don't even like fighting games that much. I just think it's a cool little thing. So I didn't jump on it. I may regret it deeply. But not missing out on it, but it looked pretty cool if nothing else. Rin, you have a new thing to put on the list of things to get when you have a house? Pinball machine. Ooh. Do you have any pinball machines off the top of your head that you'd like to get? Or did you have any you played back in the day that you enjoyed, Rin? I could definitely give you some names. There's an app on Android right now that I really enjoy called Pinball Arcade that actually does one-to-one recreations of classic pinball tables. Very cool. I like that a lot. Let's see, have there been any game updates in the last month for this game? If so, yeah, there was a big update just a week or so ago that added some new content. Adam's Family, very good choice, Rin. Did you know that was one of the most... that's one of the pinball arcade tables with the most tables ever sold? Highest selling pinball table, I suppose? So I've been told anyway, which is makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Can't play right now. You'd have to stop watching the stream. Oof. Pipeline problems. I respect that. Guessing it's several gigs. I didn't actually look. I had it run in the background.
Where'd they go? Who do I have to shoot to get some sensor data around here?
Sorry, Commander. Latest readings indicate they've established a perimeter around the ships.
I warned the Admiral something like this might happen. I hate it when I'm right.
Commander, you have visitors.
Perfect timing, Jedi. Those pirates would never see you coming. We've been caught with our pants down, and I need someone trustworthy who can clean up a mess quickly and quietly.
I am at your service.
We've lost a lot of ships over this hunk of ice, and we always meant to recover their onboard computers. Now we're out of time. The Whitemore pirates are salvaging our machines and selling our data to the highest bidder. Codes, maneuvers, base locations. If this continues, we can kiss any security we had goodbye.
We have to get to the computers first.
That's their spirit. Never mind those pirates would kill their own mothers to protect that salvage. The ships are scattered around the starship graveyard. You'll have to plant an ion mine on each one. Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Let's see, let me catch up on chat a little bit right here. See where we're at. Oh wow, that is a huge update there, Geek Boy. That's painful. Think you might have to win the lottery? Yeah, as far as I know, a cheap pinball table, if you wanted to get one very cheap, would probably be around $5K for one that's in good working order. So yeah, not exactly impulse buy territory right there. But hey, just in case you ever do win the lottery, definitely something to keep in mind. Command bunker we gotta stop in. Do that. And we can empty out the inventory over here as well. I just want you to know, we're all counting on you. Good luck. Thanks.
Stand by for examination and suggested products.
Sell junk, repair all. Oh, alright, I got a gift right there. That stinks. That stinks. 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 That's what I'm wearing already. No good gear, unfortunately.
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Yeah, I've never even heard that title, Nintendo, but if you say it's good, I might want to check it out sometime. See what I can do. You know, I think I'm with you right there, Geek Boy. That's some of those arcade machines, a big part of the experience is the unique interface. Like I was talking about with Virtual On. And Tempest, the knob is so important. And it's got to be a well-calibrated knob as well. You know, if they get jammed up, they're just going to make your wrists tired. And if they're too well-oiled, then you're going to be spinning past where you need to be all the time. But you need one that's mostly oiled up, but you still can stop it easily where you need to. Crucial the experience.
The Medes report the pirates' ray shields are down. Our goal is within reach. Any sign of Sergeant Rusk or his men? I expected them back by now.
Oh, that's not good.
We were hitting the White Maw's weapon supply depots. I suspect they'll arrive any moment.
I worry we asked too much of them. The men serving with Sergeant Rusk seem unhappy.
Master Jedi, destroying the pirates' weapon depots took longer than expected, but the mission was a complete success. Squad strength remains at 100%.
We've got you to thank for that. We had to go it alone.
Always happy to lend a hand, Private.
This is a full scan of the Dreadnought. The technical readouts are currently under minimal guard. Unfortunately, that area lies directly between two large forces, Whitemaw pirates and Imperial strike teams.
Which side has the advantage, the pirates or the Imperials?
They're at a stalemate. The Imperials have superior heavy weapons, but the pirates are unnaturally resilient. Scans indicate the pirate leaders are an alien species known as Gendai, virtually impossible to kill.
Sounds like a challenge.
I will secure the technical readouts if you and Sergeant Russ keep those forces occupied. Which enemy would you prefer to face?
I'll be fine either way. How can we minimize casualties to your squad, Sergeant?
The pirates lack discipline. They'll panic under pressure, make mistakes.
That leaves you the Imperials. Let's hope their talk about being Jedi killers was false bravado. Here are the coordinates to intercept the enemy forces. Once you engage them, I'll retrieve the technical readouts. Be careful facing the Imperials, my friend. May the Force be with us.
Alright. And we get a really bad suit of armor. Oh, I got a legacy level there, didn't I? I think so. Excellent. See, let me catch up on chat again. Oh yeah, that yoke control. You know, my favorite of the Star Wars arcade games, I think, is the old wireframe X-Wing game. Just a cool aesthetic and neat music, and with the yoke control, it feels really good right there. I do enjoy that. Alright, let me check my legacy real quick, see if there's anything else, any other bonuses I can buy now. Ooh, they, revamped this area. This is very different from last time I was here. What else do I want to buy? We don't want to get any of the XP, we're not too concerned about that. Other has a lot of the good stuff. Legacy 15. Improved rocket boost. Alright, so we can get that, and that will be a big boon. Should we unsubscribe. Go ahead and get it with cartel coins, because we get some of those free when you're subscribed. There we go, very cool. Let's see. Legacy 30, 40, 50, not quite there. Legacy 20. Social 2, we don't have any of that. Legacy 25. Valor rank 5. Renown rank 1. Alright, so we're not ready for any of that. So we got like one thing, and I think our next unlock is going to be at Legacy 15, so it's going to be a bit before we unlock anything else, unfortunately. That is a shame. Might be able to unlock some of those soon if they're not automatic unlocks. We'll see. Alright. What do we have? Alright, so there's still another one we need to touch base over there, so let's head for that. Let's see, that Daytona USA or whatever it's called, you drove a NASCAR type car? Oh yeah, yeah! Cruising USA, was that the one you're thinking of? Or no, the Cruising USA didn't have pit stops. That was a fun one too. Nice little arcadey racers. I enjoy arcadey style racers. Dave and Buster's had some good fancy machines. There was one I played at, not a Dave and Buster's, it was at the Sega-owned arcade place, which name escapes me at the moment. Where it was a high-speed racer, reminded me a lot of F-Zero. And the gimmick was you actually lay down at an angle like this while you're playing it. And it was in this like circular rig so it could tilt back and forth as you're driving around, and oh my god. It made you feel the speed so much. Like when you like just put your foot down and got on a straightaway, it would start vibrating real hard. It was an experience, most definitely. Let's see, Rainey played the hell out of Cruising USA and Cruising World and absolutely shamed a friend of mine by beating him in 3-inch heels. You badass. I remember I had a friend that knew the secret code to unlock the school bus in that game, And I'd always drive the school bus super aggressively to smash into everybody else. And when I was a little kid, that was the funniest thing in the entire world for me.
A Jedi? Well, paint me blue and call me Chiz.
Don't tempt me.
I'm Admiral Rivald. The Zabrak with the sunny disposition is my chief engineer, Aram. Welcome to the best place on Hoth.
I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
I don't know how much you've seen of the Republic presence on this snowball, but this is what it's all about. This isn't just a battle for Hoth. We went out here, and we've got the whole war with the Empire in the bag.
What makes this frozen wasteland worth fighting for?
Spread across that ice field is what's left of one of our capital ships. She was carrying a top-secret weapon prototype. The Null Cannon. It can fry all the machinery on a starship without giving the crew so much as a hangnail.
I like it.
With that weapon in our hands, we can push the Empire back to the unknown regions.
Something like that could save a lot of lives.
We found the wreckage. Trouble is, pirates got there first, snatched up several pieces of our prototype, striking from a hidden base. We've deployed the Tals and the infantry. They're taking heavy losses out there, and we're not any closer to getting the Null Cannon. We can't allow these thieving scum to leave Hoth with a weapon that can take out any starship in the galaxy.
One prototype coming up.
Sensors detect life forms in the nearby wreckage. The pirates may be making a grab for pieces of the Null Cannon's primary power core.
Keep an eye out for anything that will help us track the scum back to their lair. And contact me once all the fragments of the power core are secure. Go out there and bust some heads.
Hoorah! Hydro Thunder! Oh yeah, I remember Hydro Thunder, Geek Boy. That was a good one. Really good sense of, just the movement in the water. Just felt really amazing. Video of a Poner. Oh yeah! I've seen that, Trey Dog. That's a classic. Starscream would like to know your location. Oh god. Let's see, is there Dave & Buster's in the Mall of America? I got no idea. I'm nowhere near there. I'm not even sure if we still have a Dave & Buster's near me. Because there was, but it's been a long time. And I know arcades don't always have the best life cycles. We're heading north next, it looks like. I think so, yeah. Oh, you're saying there is, not is there. Sorry, I misread that. Hey, Ash, welcome in. Good morning. How are you doing today? How's your week been treating you? And do you have some exciting plans for Halloween? Also, if we could get a shout out for Ash, I would appreciate it very much. All right. We got lots to do now. Lots to do. That's good. That'll keep us busy. If anybody in here isn't following Ash, yet another person to check out. Possibly, quite possibly, the most friendly, upbeat person you will ever come across on Twitch. Just an absolute mountain of smiles. And if that doesn't make your day better, just hanging around there, I don't know, it will. Also, a retro gamer. I know you folks love that, so make sure you click that link. Say hi to Ash sometime. Check her out. You won't regret it. Also, Ash, I gotta say congratulations on 1,000 followers. That is a big milestone, although for you, I suspect, just a stepping stone on the way to bigger and better things. Call it a hunch. So congratulations for that. Let's see, Nintendo and Seaside and Beachfronts were the best for arcades in the UK. You could get 5 or 6 different arcades. Ooh! Oh, that sounds amazing. Just having your pick of arcades? Dang, I wish I was around at the time.
There, good as new.
For me, the arcade I was at growing up was kind of a mom and pop joint in a strip mall, not a strip mall, just a regular mall, where I got my haircut as a kid. So that was the only time my parents would ever take me there, is whenever I was getting a haircut, they'd take me to the arcade. And I remember they had Ninja Turtles Pinball, which was a cute table, but also it wasn't very well maintained, and the ball liked to get stuck under the flippers. So I only get to play like a game or two. Like the kickers, not the flippers, my bad. You get stuck behind the kickers. So I only get to play a couple of games before the ball gets stuck. And I have to try and find the guy, and he wouldn't want to fix it, so I'd have to just leave for the day. I also remember they had POW, the old POW cabinet, which is brutally hard in the arcades, but I think on NES was where they ported it. There you got Infinite Continue, so it was just like an hour or two to play. Not quite the same experience, unfortunately. GameWorks! Yes, that was the name I was trying to think of earlier, Geek Boy. That's the one that's owned by Sega, I believe. And I found some pretty cool machines at GameWorks. Sometimes they'll have import machines that you don't normally see in the US, and I really appreciate seeing those. Let's see, Raina, I remember there was a bank of arcade games at a ski lodge at the little ski mountain. I'd skip lunch and play video games instead. Nice. Very nice. Oh, man. Trying to think of some other things I played as a little kid. Of course, Simpsons was always my jam. Yeah, Simpsons, number one, was a gorgeous, gorgeous game. Love the art style for the game. Absolutely madly in love with the sound design as well. Just a brilliant cabinet. The fact it was 4-player as well. When you literally get the whole family in on it. So that was always very cool. I don't think I ever beat it back in the day, though. I'd always run out of quarters. Unique item limit reached. On what? Oh, I already got a datapad. Alright. I'm like, I didn't even realize there was item limits. Alright, it's that one there. They already have the thing I need. Up on the 4th floor where stuff like Hooters is, oh man, the GameWorks we have by me is 3 stories. And it's just got tons of stuff. And I know on one of the stories too, they have a full service bar, and all the arcade machines up by there are all those old bar top units, which I think is a really cool aesthetic because you don't see bar tops in too many places anymore. So I'm glad they have so many working ones. And I know for a while they had I think they actually had the Mario Kart arcade machines with the cards you could save your data on, which is a really neat idea. The Tron game with Rollerball, I know that one. That one's very neat, Rin. Pole position? Yeah, I don't understand shifting either. I couldn't get anywhere in pole position. But I have played it. I have played that one. Part of the Null Cannon. And we're trying to defeat pirates as well, but are they all over the place? They're not super duper all over the place. I should be beating up a couple here right now. Oh man! We're actually inside the wreckage here. That is a cool look. Check that out. This is a neat place to be exploring in. I'm about it. Let's see. Moss, you remember playing Altered Beast at the local roller rink. Oh man. I remember we had some arcade machines at our local roller rink. But I was just literally the worst at roller skating, so I never went there, so I don't remember what machines they had. Altered Beast is another good classic machine. I played the console version of that mostly, but very cool game to play back in the day. I think... Do we want to go around or do we want to go through? I don't know. I want to get my quota of pirates while we're here too, so we may as well hop up here and beat up a couple of them. My long-term buff wore off. Is it? Wise woman wave! Terrible, terrible. This store should have that sound clip. If you're gonna have one sound clip, you may as well. You should have it be memorable, but maybe that's not the kind of memorable I was thinking of. Indoors roller coaster in the middle. That's pretty neat. I remember the GameWorks we had here. I don't think they have it anymore, probably because the maintenance was an absolute nightmare. But the GameWorks we had by us used to have an arcade machine that was 3 stories tall. What it was it had this massive projection screen, and it had all these chairs that they'd strap you into that would go on this like elevator type thing up and down. And what it was there'd be things like, I think one of them was they'd project like a apartment complex type thing onto the screen. And you'd have to use your gun like a fire hose. And it would go up and down to the different floors, and you'd have to spray in the windows as fire popped up. It was an experience, though it's, I think you had to be under a certain weight limit, so it was mostly kids doing it. Let's see, what's that 41 number on Kira's portrait? I think that's, like, not literally her level, but I think that's her, I don't know, it could be her level. I don't know, so much of companions in this game are automated. I don't really look into what they're doing too much. But yes, I think you're right, Rin. Since I am currently downscaled to level 41, that's probably what it is. Silent Scope. Silent Scope was a pretty good one, but I was never any good at it. The big arcade I always mention near me has a Silent Scope machine that for some reason is always sitting in a boot loop. And I always wonder why somebody doesn't just turn that dang thing off. You want to jump off here? That would probably kill me, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd probably kill me. Let's not do that. I need to kill one more pirate too, dang it. Let's see, Geek Boy, am I going to be on a little bit longer? A little bit longer. At least half an hour still. I don't know how late I want to go tonight because I'm really tired. But, yeah, I'll be on for a minimum of a half hour if you got things to do. Gonna lurk for a few? Alright, enjoy your lurk. I'll be here. Oh no, I thought I had only one. We had a whole bunch still to kill. There's still in the area though. I'm sure we'll find some. Probably not going to be an issue. And I think that's just more than... Yeah, we don't need those. Alright. Let's head around then. Yeah, I enjoy Silent Scope more if it gave me a more concrete idea. Oh yeah, that's true. That is something it did not communicate very well. And I'm not sure how they could communicate that one well. That's tricky. Wind in pretty much any game has always been a real big trick to communicate. Golf games? Golf games usually have that little flag that's really hard to read. Always struggled with those, most definitely. Not like I was ever a huge fan of golf games to begin with, but that seemed like a feature that was desperately in need of some clever idea to improve upon it. And yet I never really saw it. One guy left. Alright, we only need 4 more pirates and we got that mini quest taken care of, so that's good. The original golf game for NES had a little, yeah, a little windsock icon is what you see most of the time. I think the problem is, for 2D games, it's not super duper hard to communicate the wind. But for 3D games, I think, the little, like, flag or sock can be a little difficult to read sometimes in 3 dimensions. For me, at least. Like, sometimes it'll be pointing directly into the screen, and I'll be like, I can't tell where it's pointing right now. Or not clearly, anyway. I think it's up on the cliff. I thought there might have been a cave down there, but I don't see it now. Namco made a 28-player version of Galaxian 3. Biggest arcade ever took a whole building. Shit. I'm gonna have to look up some pictures of that. That sounds like, sounds impressive. I'm impressed. I'm absolutely impressed. It's saying right here, so I think there is a cave somewhere. It looks kind of like a cave entrance. Here. I don't see one though. Let me check down below. I know I saw Roseguard playing this weird, like, golf RPG hybrid for Switch, I think it was, not too long ago. That one definitely confused the heck out of me, but I do like RPGs. There's that, at least. I don't see a cave anywhere here. I do just need to kill one of those guys up there. They're just trying to confuse me. Golf Story! Thank you, Gamagumo. Simple enough name, you'd think I'd be able to remember that. But yeah, Golf Story. That looked pretty interesting. Oof, J. Melman, I'm sorry. That's always a painful thing when you gotta upgrade the PC. Hopefully it's worth your while, though. Hopefully. You can control the ducks with Duck Hunt with the controller plugged into the second slot. I think that was in the manual. Because I remember hearing about that as a kid. I want to say it was in the manual, but I don't know for certain. Brother would hog the Nintendo with Duck Hunt. For a long time, my brother was huge into it, but I think eventually he just raged so hard he never wanted to play it again. And then it was my turn. And then I found out I'm really bad. The end. Oh, Gamma or Trey Dog, you played Golf Story and you enjoyed it. Very cool. I think that's something I'll probably end up picking up at some point. Maybe even streaming. Not 100% sure on the streaming part, but pretty sure I'll be picking it up. Almost got this guy finished off. Hopefully he's got the item we need. And he did not drop unique item. Is there a bad guy up there? I thought I saw a name. Where is this item we need? It must be above me somehow. Oh, I bet I can take that piece of wreckage up to that level. Alright, there we go. Never gave up trying to shoot the dog. It would have been so gratifying. You're out there trying your best, and that rat bastard just does not show you the slightest bit of respect for it. How dare he? Jump in here. Let's see. Boss, who didn't have siblings, so used to put the ducks in one corner. When I got tired of messing with my other hand of the controller, nice. Very nice. Do you guys actually know what the technical details of how Duck Hunt works? I always wondered as a kid, and when I found out, it was actually pretty cool. It's simple, but it gets the job done, and I do respect that very much in technology. And then the prick goes and gets into Smash. Well, that's good, because he might not have been able to shoot him in, Ow. That's got some kick. Might not have been able to shoot him in Duck Hunt, but in, Smash, you can definitely make him pay.
There. Good.
That's important. If you shot at your window instead of the TV, that makes sense. So, basically how it worked... Oh no! And oh, I can't revive on the spot either! Oh god! Oh, we have to come all the way back here? Oh! Oh! Wow, I have never had an enemy kill me with fall damage before. That is a first for this game. I've died to fall damage. But having an enemy force the kill, that's never happened before. A son of a bitch. That's brutal.
Stand by for examination and suggested products.
Ouch. I suddenly noticed that some people have made some clips of the stream too. I'll check those out afterwards. I bet the look on my face was priceless. I'm gonna assume the look on my face was priceless. Oh, that stings. That stings deep down.
Return to your post.
But yes, Nintendo mode is correct. Basically, it turns the whole screen black and it turns the duck white into a white square. And then the gun basically looks to see if it's looking at white or not. And if it sees white, then it's a hit. And if it doesn't see white, then it's not a hit. That's simple. Oh, he's going to knock me off again when I go back, isn't he? That's not even the only time it's going to happen. This is going to be the next 2 hours. I should put yakety sax on the background so I have the proper soundtrack for him knocking me off a cliff and killing me. Oh, at least we weren't as far away as I thought we were. I thought we'd be at least another screen back. With the speeder, this isn't a terrible trip. But how did it tell what duck you shot? I forgot there was multi-duck mode, Sharpie. You know? I don't know the answer to that one. That is a really interesting question. I can't believe I never caught that before. I'm gonna have to look that up. After the stream, I'm gonna have to look that up and see what the answer to that is. As simple as that first part is, I bet it's something clever. I bet the way they pulled that part off is probably something clever. Yeah, alright, dude. Shane learns about gravity. Pro tier title right there, Rin. I love it. Numbered squares? I don't think the gun had the kind of fidelity or resolution to pick up numbers on the squares. That's why it was just a white square, because that was easy enough for the photoreceptor to see. But I don't know if it would be able to read like a clear number like this. Oh, I don't even see the guy up here now.
You'll live.
I guess he decided that was like his win for the day and he went home. Maybe he retired. That guy might have just went ahead and retired as a champion. I wouldn't blame him if he did. I wouldn't. I'd do the same in his position. Obey gravity, it's the law. You break it, there's consequences, just like other laws. Shane is a rebel. I was definitely feeling rebellious right up until me and the ground met up there. But before that, I was feeling like a badass. Hey, Chef Stubby, welcome in. Too late, Captain, you left the ship. Oops. Oops. Definitely achieving full speed, though, I'll tell you that much. Welcome back, Geek Boy. Oh, somebody's shooting at me. Oh, jeez. Well, they got aggressive all of a sudden. Usually those guys are content to watch me from a distance. These guys got ambitions. I don't approve of that. Oh yeah, yeah, we got all the way up to the top of that cliff and an enemy hit me with enough kickback to knock me all the way off and I died from fall damage. Oh, I'm not going back up there. Nope, not carrying on your own for this one, sorry. This'll be a good learning experience, my Padawan. Tell me what you learned if you survive. It's just like throwing the kids into the deep end of the pool. It's harsh, but it's fair. Gimakuma, you need to get something resembling sleep. I hope you're able to get the real thing in there. I'll keep my fingers crossed. But thank you for stopping by, and you have yourself a good rest. Oh yeah, now they all think they can do it. It didn't look so hard. I heard those Jedis were big badasses, but that one, he went down like a chump. This might be my chance. Oh jeez, now they're all getting ideas. The worst case scenario right here. Oh, the snipers have such mean knockback. It's brutal. See what looks like an entrance right here. We don't see what it's do. Over here? I think so. I see. I need to go in an entrance or something, but I don't know. It might be higher up again. That might be the trick. Maybe we need to go up high. Ooh, I'll check after we take these guys down. That's done. That's... Wow, we've had a lot of deaths today. Actually been kind of getting knocked around. Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably higher up. Or we'll try lower down if there is. That looks kind of ominous, too. I don't see a way to get up higher yet, either. So, I'll have to figure that out as well as we go through. Oh! Alright, so we've actually got a mini-map here. It looks like it shouldn't be hard to get to from there. Should be very close by. Oh, here it is. Yeah, there's a ramp right here. Yeah. When you're gonna go get some more fake sleep, BRV? Get as much as you need. Stock up on it. Every time I'm on Hoth, I want nothing more than for all these gigantic crash ships to be explorable. Wouldn't that be neat? Like, that'd be good for, like, a procedurally generated dungeon area. Just give me a bunch of shipwrecks to explore. And they're all decrepit, and there's all these creatures inside them. Sometimes you get into a race with other enemies that are trying to steal the stuff. They're trying to cut you off. That could be wild. There's a lot you can do with that concept. Alright, so this is just straight up considered a second floor here. That's interesting. Alright. Half a cup of fake sleep. I was wondering what you meant there, Rin. Delicious. Oh man, Trade Dog Tokyo Jungle. That is such an underrated game. That one I'd like to stream as well. I think that's no, that's not a PS4 game. That's a PS3 game, isn't it? Shoot, that's a PS3 game. I might have to add that to the list of stuff to stream sometime. That'd be a hoot. Either way, good luck, Trey Dog. Hope you enjoy it. Very fun little game. Especially in small chunks. It's a good pick up and play. You can play it on our PlayStation Now. Yeah, that's true. Alright, I still don't have my PS4 set up for streaming, which is why I asked. I could at some point, but I don't know. Right now, I don't think it's worth my while, especially because I like having the PS4 hooked up to the TV where it is right now. And I can't have it hooked up to my big old TV if it's in my streaming setup. Oh, you've been playing it ever since it came out. Nice. That is good that you have a game that you can get that much replay out of. That is always very nice. Heading up here again, I think. Yeah, this is where I'm going to go next. I suspect at least one of these bastards is going to have some sort of knockback ability, though, so let's be careful. Oh, no! That's like instant karma right there. I'm literally talking about the horrible threat that is me getting knocked on my ass. Yeah, the timing. Oh. Return to Med Center 1 kilometer away. Oh. Game's gotten a little harder since the patch. Honestly, I think I've just gotten into an area where even though I'm being down leveled a lot, I feel like they're finding new ways to challenge me that are being very effective. Oh, man. Oh, my heart, she breaks. It's not that it's harder, it's that it's higher. The Sith, I'm not worried about. Gravity. Gravity will mess you up every day. Oh, that's why you can change your companion over to tank? That's in my board. It makes sense. I just take so much damage that I need a healer to cover for my extreme and constant stupidity. Chenenin, welcome in. Just force hover or something. Oh, it sounds handy. I'll have to look into that next time I'm around the Masters. Hey, Master, let's imagine, hypothetically. Let's just say hypothetically I'm in a fight and I'm not paying super close attention to my surroundings, hypothetically. And then hypothetically, I get knocked on my ass, like 3 stories down. Is there some sort of like cool force power I could use to mitigate that? We're just talking hypotheticals. None of this really means anything. Don't give me that look. Don't judge me. That'll be fun. Oh no! Thank you for the clip, Rin. I appreciate that. That'll be a keeper. That will be a keeper. Alright, so this time I have to go after the guy with the knockback first. Because if I don't give him some TLC, he's going to murder me. So seems like the enemies have the high ground. It's over. Obi-Wan was right? Should have listened to Obi-Wan. Mr. Whistler should have listened to Obi-Wan right there. That's my problem. Why are you letting people push you around your Jedi? That's the problem. They're literally pushing me around. That's the entire issue. You don't appreciate it, but you'll take it and you know it was made with love. Truth. Truth. Oh, alright. There he is. That son of a bitch right there. Fierce White Maw Ship Captain. We're gonna approach him dead on, so if he knocks us backwards, hopefully he'll just only be able to knock us in that direction. And let's just... Oh! Oh, you knocked me down, but that wasn't horrible. Just keep lots and lots of nice comfy floor behind us. Lots and lots of nice comfy floor. Alright, good. Got the thief taken down. Resource right there. Get that guy. Polos! I heard there was a Sith around here somewhere. Where? I will put a stop to his evil. Polos, thank you so much for the 10-month resub. Creeping up on 1 year there. Almost there. I appreciate the support, Polos. How are you doing? How has your week been? And do you have any plans for Halloween? Tell me everything. Alright. We got the null cannon part. We never need to go up that particular ramp again. I am very appreciative of that. Because that's not my thing. Not what I'm good at. Stubby was too suspicious of little Anakin. Stubby was right. The voice of James Earl Jones, that's a benefit. That's a selling point right there, honestly. If you're like, oh, you get burns over all of your body, but you'll sound like James Earl Jones. Ooh. Ooh, that's a trade-off. I will have to consider this. Let me get back to you on that. Of course? No, I couldn't jump to him. There we go. I'm gonna go to work and browse the internet. Respect. Respect. I'm gonna have to work on Saturday this week, so I'll be working through daylight savings time change. That's pretty brutal. What are you gonna do, though? Jump this guy. See if we can take him out quickly. These guys are pretty tough. I think if we've just got him to focus on, we have to jump on him. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Alright, let's switch maps and see where it wants me to go next. Still says there's something I need to do in here. Oh, I think I see it marked on my map. Is it the bottom? Oh, yes, all the way at the front of the ship. Alright. Head over there. Anyone got some good horror movies that are a must-watch tonight? Halloween is here in Little Norway. Well, let me ask you this, Gmail. And anytime anyone wants me to recommend them a horror movie, I ask, what are some of your favorite horror movies? Because I'm a big fan of horror movies, so I could probably recommend you some. But give me an indication of what you enjoy first, and I might be able to help you out. Poultrygeist is the best movie ever made. That's a little hyperbolic, but it's an experience, I'll tell you that much. It is absolutely an experience. Go ahead and hack the computer over here.
The Force was with us, Admiral. The power core is secure, and I've got a data pad with the location of the pirate base.
You made quick work of that motherless space trash. Well done. Now our troops can take the fight to them.
I hate to interrupt, but the data suggests these components were from the ancillary, not main power core. That's bad.
We still kept part of the null cannon out of the pirates' hands. Can't be catastrophic.
Worst case scenario? The pirates already have enough of the weapon to make it operational.
You'll have to go into their base after it. Hit those sons of Hutts before they know we're coming.
Do we know anything about the pirates or their operations that I can use?
That data pad puts the pirate base inside a huge system of ice caverns not far from here.
Half the scum in the galaxy will be in there. Chief Engineer Aram and a squad of Tals will be on your heels. Once the pirates are down, Aram will secure the null cannon for transport. It'll be the mother of all fights. Good luck.
Sounds impressive. I'm impressed. Oh, Troll Hunter's such a good movie. I didn't think too many other people had seen that, but Troll Hunter's so good, Shannon. Not much of a scary movie, but it's definitely worth watching. That's the Alien and Friday the 13th. Alright, cool. Let's see. Have you seen It Follows? That's one of my favorite horror movies of the last decade. Absolutely wild ride right there. If you haven't seen that one, that's one to check out. Very creepy, very cool music. Rin, you might do Alien and Addams Family tonight. Ooh, nice pick. Nice pick. I like it. You have to let me know how much you enjoy them if you end up doing them. I don't think I'm doing any horror movies tonight. I'm doing board games tonight. No relation to Halloween, just, you know, it's my Thursday thing. Yeah, I haven't got to watch, I don't know, before Monday comes around, I'll make sure I see at least one horror movie. I don't know if it'll be something new or something I've already seen, but I'll pick something out and I'll watch it. Because Thanksgiving is for Addams Family Values. Truth. Truth. You gotta save the holiday movies for the holidays. Oh, the original creators released it for free on YouTube, follows. I did not know that. I'm not surprised by that. That's very cool. The original Halloween still holds up pretty well. Although some people, if you haven't seen it before, if they're not a fan of that type of movies, can find it kind of slow. Which I respect. It is a bit of a slow-moving movie, but it's intense. It definitely gets me. Alright. What do we have left on here? We've got... There's the null cannon. Something else right there. And those are some of the crash ship things that we need to take care of up there. Ernest Scared Stupid. Oh my god, I saw that in the theaters when I was a little kid, Sharpie. I don't remember too much about it. Other than, you know, it being very much a product of its time. But Jim Varney, underappreciated. Jim Varney was a very, he was a very funny guy. Also, I don't know if anyone else remembers this one, but he used to have a short-lived TV show called Hey Vern, It's Earl with that character. And the TV show was a trip. Absolute trip. And I kind of wish that one was a little easier to get a hold of, because I remember it being pretty weird. I don't know if it would hold up, but as a kid, it was a very strange thing to watch. It follows as a demonic type of horror movie, kinda, yeah. You got some sort of supernatural entity stalking some kids. And it's got kind of a very unique premise. And also if you like synthwave music. Lots of synthwave music. Dusk Till Dawn? Oh man, that one's always, I always have a tricky time figuring out how to recommend that one. Just because, like, the first half of the movie is like straight up crime thriller. And not horror at all, but then the second half of the movie is straight up horror and has nothing to do with the crime thriller. Very weird. Alright, so this is the exact same thing I already had, but it has that amplifier on it. I don't know what that means. But if it's the exact same thing and then it has something else, why don't we go ahead and equip it? Oh, I just sold because I'm a moron. Right. Because I'm in a shop right now.
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Alright, let's try that again. That'll bind it to me, it's fine. Alright, cool. Got whatever the amplifier is on us now.
Stand by for examination and suggested product.
The old belt. Alright.
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Hey Vern, it's Ernest, right. Sorry, you can tell I'm getting tired, but I appreciate the correction. That'd make it hard to find if you're Googling the other thing, I imagine. You know, I never got to check out the TV series of Dusk Till Dawn. I'm glad you liked it, though. I'd like to watch it sometime. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, they made a TV series on Robert Rodriguez's TV network, which I wish was easier to see. Now, Fright Night, are you talking about the original Fright Night or the remake? Because the remake had a lot to not like, but Colin Farrell, I would not have expected to be an effective villain, and he is scary as shit in that movie. Remake was fun. Remake was absolutely fun. I don't think there was any recognizable names in the TV series, unfortunately. Like, if you're looking for any of the big celebrities from the movie, they were not in there. True. Remake took a little bit to get going, but once it did, David Tennant, you could tell, was having the time of his life. Colin Farrell, my God, just going 110% firing on all cylinders. That was a lot of fun, too. And the horror, once it showed up, I think was very effective. So I respect for that. And yeah, the original's good, too. The original's still very watchable. Where else can you get paid to chainsaw a turkey? This is a man I respect, Rin. I like that. Rin had new life goals at that point. Nice work if you can get it, I suppose. David saved it. Oh my God, you could just... Tennant, I don't know. I think Tennant's biggest selling point is when he's having fun with a role. He just drags you into having fun too. And he was 100% having a good time with that movie. But yeah, for me, just I think, like, part of it, it's a meta thing. Like, if you've never heard of Colin Farrell before, you just be like, oh, he's pretty good at this role. But knowing him as, like, this rom-com guy with, like, the smoldering eyes and then going in here and he's just...
Hoth, if the cold doesn't kill you, the pointy landscape will.
And he's just this creepy monster. It works so well for me. It really does. Secret Smile? I don't even think I've heard of that one, Rin. Is that a movie or a TV show? Roddy McDowell is in Fright Night Part 2? Like, I knew there was a Fright Night Part 2. I've never seen that one. That one I am not familiar with. Hey, Herringstone, welcome in. How are you doing today? I'm glad you liked that title. I was very proud of myself. Hope you had a good week, Herringstone. Hope you got some cool Halloween plans, but it is a pleasure to see you in here. Oh yeah, I never finished Jessica Jones. But yeah, Purple Man is a very creepy villain, so I was very concerned about who they cast to see if they could get it just right. And when they said Tennant, I'm like, yes, perfect, 100%. Very happy with that. And from what I saw, he was delivering. Oh yeah, that lobster film. I forget what that... I think it was just called The Lobster. That's one of those ones I'm like, I don't know if you'll like it, but you should probably see it at least once because there's nothing else like it and there never will be. 4 Rooms. Now see, I always hesitate to recommend anthologies. Just because the problem with anthologies is there's always going to be one movie that's really good. And there's going to be one that's not so good. And 4 Rooms, a couple of them aren't good. Some of them are pretty good, though. I don't remember which segments I particularly like, but some of them just were a little flat for me. It is another interesting watch, though. Most definitely. Oh God, Rin, you saw The Lobster in the theater? I cannot even imagine how that would just go down. That must have been a trip. Criminy. Hopefully it was a good experience, at least. And yeah, we're back to Poltergeist now. True fact. Another very unique one. The number of people there on date night. Oh, twisted, bizarre irony. I wonder how that went down.
There, good as new.
You know, taking a girl there, you're like on your second date and you see the lobster. What's the conversation afterwards look like? How does that happen? Very curious. Oh man, 1408 is one of my favorites right there. 1408 is such an underrated little movie. Like, nobody even talks about the fact that 1408 almost, not quite, cheats in a couple places, but it almost takes place in real time. And that is always a hard trick to pull off. But it does a pretty good job. It's not bad. Definitely don't pull out a stopwatch. You'll be disappointed, but it's close enough. And just it's the idea of a sort of kitchen sink horror setting I always enjoy. It's very over the top, but I had a lot of fun with it. It's true, Moz. You're right. That you would be making a lot of snap judgments after that conversation, one way or the other. Oh, killing of a sacrificial deer. I've heard crazy things about that one, but I've never seen it myself. There's a lot of horror films I need to catch up on. Let's see. It took all to see Mad Max Road Warrior. Oh my gosh, you were a hero. You were the hero we all need, Rin. That I've never gotten to see that one in a theater, and I can only imagine the experience would be amazing. I did get to see Fury Road in the theater, and that is 100% worth seeing in a theater. You know, those practical special effects, you know, there's no seams to be seen because they're practical. It's beautiful. Plus the sound mix is really intense when it's everywhere. Those humongous speakers. Clueless Hunter, I'm doing pretty good today. How about yourself? Welcome into the stream. Fury Road is amazing. It breaks my heart that we're probably not getting a sequel for dumb reasons. But, oh my, it's so good. Who would have thought George Miller could come back after all these years and just still be improving? Just still be mastering his craft and just doing even better with everything he does. You see the new Joker? No, I haven't had any time to myself for the last like 2 months, so I haven't gotten to see any movies, unfortunately. Missed a couple of movies I wanted to see in the theaters, which broke my heart. We do have the wonder that is Fury Road, but just knowing that he's capable of that much, I'm like, if he wants to give us a second helping, I'll take it. Most definitely. Yeah, Road Warrior in the theater, if I ever got an opportunity to see Road Warrior in the theater, I would be all about that. Pretty much any of the old Mad Max movies I'd love to see in there. Like the first Mad Max movie, it has its flaws, but it gets really terrifying at some points. And it wasn't supposed to be made. It is somewhat of a miracle that we got it at all, so I suppose I should be happy with what we got. But that is one of the things that I'm kind of fascinated with. The idea of movies that we almost got. The idea of movies that we nearly got. Or movies that were just lost. Like I've mentioned before, how I've always wanted to see the missing, supposedly, hour of footage from 13th Warrior. That seems like that'd be a really cool thing to see. Or the missing scenes from Event Horizon. We discussed that as well. I'd love to see that someday. Why everyone becomes leather-clad crazy people in Mad Max? It seems like such a short amount of time from running out of gas to everyone's crazy. The timeline always confused me with Mad Max. But I'm willing to let them skate on aesthetic alone. There's so many TV shows that I want someone to write a book to follow up on. Caprica, yeah. Caprica, I'll admit I didn't give enough respect while it was actually airing. And then checked out later and I'm like, oh, I would have loved this, damn it. Should have got off my high horse and watched it. They had some cool plans for Caprica, too. I read what some of their plans were afterwards, and I'm like, oh, that's neat. I would have wanted to see it. It is, in fact, my fault. I will take full responsibility. Let's see, isn't the missing part from Event Horizon just more of what the interdimensional hell looks like? Part of it, but supposedly it was like 20 minutes of footage. So I don't think it was just that. All we know for certain is they've claimed that the rest of the footage is all destroyed. Well, that's one of the scenes we know that was excised, but I think there might have been more.
Hold on there, Master Jedi. Put down the lightsaber and let's talk for a moment.
Nobody else in this place has wanted to stop and chat.
My crew is a bit, overeager at times. I'll speak to them about it, I assure you. The survivors, anyway. It so happens that I can give you what you came for without any more of that unpleasant killing business. You want the Republic superweapon? Look around you. This hangar is filled with copies of it. One for every ship in our fleet.
Oh god. Oh god, they made lots of copies.
You built copies of a Republic superweapon, and you think it's a good idea to admit it?
Now you know what you're bargaining for. I propose a trade. You leave here with the weapons, and we leave here with our lives. That's fair, don't you think?
Let's talk details. How do we know you'll hand over all the weapons?
We can arrange for...
Reinforcements have arrived!
Wait, no!
See, stalling until your people were ready to attack.
We can still negotiate. No one has to get hurt.
Don't bother lying. I'm not a fool.
No!
Don't think we'll go quietly.
No, we were negotiating. Oh, damn it. No! We were gonna end peacefully. Everything was gonna be cool. Oh! I thought everything was gonna be cool. I really did. Thought, well, I'm gonna be the peaceful guy, and everything's gonna end well. Then that guy head charging, guns blazing, make me look the fool. Fools! No, I didn't want this. This isn't how it was supposed to go down. Oh, he's dead. Alright, Chief Engineer RM, we're gonna have a chat. We're gonna have a little talk.
So that could have gone better.
Yes?
It couldn't have gone worse, unless the planet exploded in a massive fireball.
At least we'd be warm for that fraction of a second before we all died. I'd better call in and report.
Aram, that you? Heavy fire. It's a lot of interference. What status?
Sir, we have the null cannon, but there's been a complication.
What was the... Breaking up? Secure for immediate...
Blast it! I can't get the signal back. Now what do we do?
I'm afraid you lost me there.
We had no idea the pirates had reverse-engineered the null cannon. The forces we have can just about hold this hangar long enough to get the prototype out of here, but the rest of these copies... The other pirates will get here soon, and once they have a weapon that can disable a capital ship, how many innocent people will die?
I don't even want to think about pirates armed with null cannons.
Neither do I. The only way to keep the copies out of the pirates' hands is to overload the null cannon prototype. Wipe out everything in the hangar at once. The prototype would be fried, but I'd rather spend months fixing it than live knowing that even one of these copies was left behind.
I'm okay with that.
You're right. We can't let even one of these copies fall into the wrong hands.
Stand back. That should do it. I'll go ahead and get the transport ready. I'll see you back at camp.
I appreciate that my character was as pissed off about that as I was. That makes me feel a little bit better about that. And I should say, I saw people were talking about BSG in chat before that all went down. I've heard a rumor that Sci-Fi might have asked for spec scripts for a reboot or something. But it's at such an early phase, it's hard to tell if anything's even going to come of it. Big bada boom! Yeah, we need to get out of here. We need to leave. Anything cool I can teleport to? Probably. Get back to Outpost Xeric. Why do most of your adventures on every planet end with explosions? It's not my fault. There's lots of explodey things around. You know? Things happen that aren't my fault. Promise you. No connection to me being there. Just a coincidence. You totally believe me, right? So that's... Those...
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Where was all those places I need to turn in stuff? Then I was hoping at least one of them would be over here. Ah, south of here. All right. We'll head into the base and we can let the Admiral know that we blew up the prototype that he was desperately counting on. I noticed that basically any time a quest in this game comes down to save the prototype, the light side ending is always, nope, we have to destroy it. It must be destroyed at all costs. I was kind of expecting
It's
that.
a shame about the prototype. Blasted pirates must have mucked it up.
Oh! Oh yeah, yeah, the, pirates really smashed, exploded, yeah. Damn those pirates.
Those pirates ruin everything, don't they?
I won't lie, it's a setback. But working or not, the Null Cannon represents our best chance of beating the Imperials. You've hit the Empire where it hurts today. I've already contacted Republic Command. They know what you've done for us here, and I'll make sure the Senate knows it too.
Will you be leaving Hoth immediately?
Soon. I don't have to tell you how much I'm looking forward to frying some Imperial starships. We'll have the Null Cannon up and running in no time. You ought to come back and see her in action.
It's going to take months, sir. Maybe a year.
Engineers, always predicting the worst. Mark my words, we will have that Null Cannon shooting Imperials out of the sky before you know it. You did good work here. If I had a dozen men like you, this war would be over already.
I am totally in love with the fact that we just lied about that. There was an explosion, it wasn't our fault. Was our story right there. Officially a disturber of the peace? I've got a knack for it. I definitely have a knack for it. And I got level 71. That's awesome. But also, I think that might make for a good spot to stop for the night. We finished one of the major quest lines on the planet. I managed to get a level, I'm pleased about that, though I'm not getting bonus XP now. We got a legacy level as well, that was pretty cool. That we already had a head start on that one at least. So yeah, I think this might be where we want to wrap it up for right now. Yeah, the new levels cap is 75 as of the patch from like 2 weeks ago. So if you were getting those, whatever they called the bonus levels after your cap, those are gone until you hit back to the cap again. And yeah, Green Lantern TV series, it's gonna be tough because Green Lantern TV series would have to be pretty effects heavy, but I'll see what they can do with it. Leave your PC updating, hopefully you'll get it taken care of before you get back. So folks, I want to thank all of you for stopping by tonight. I hope you had a good time hanging out, playing some Star Wars or watching some Star Wars with me, chatting about science fiction and horror. It was very fun for me. I hope you have a good Halloween, whatever you decide to do for it. And I hope you'll join us tomorrow because we will be starting a new game for us, the 2006 version of Prey. Which, let me tell you, if you haven't seen it before, I'm very excited to play it because it looks like a very cool game. I hope you'll join us for that tomorrow. I don't know, keep your fingers crossed that the snow doesn't get as bad as they're predicting over here. I'm really hoping. So we're going to call it for tonight, but before we end things, we have one thing left to do. That is, we need to go see who's online so that we can go hang out with somebody else. Happy Halloween to you as well, John. Hope you had a good lurk today. Hope your weekend starts sooner rather than later. Let's see. Geek Boy, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. So while I'm looking to see who we can go raid, Rin has been kind enough to drop some links in chat. If you haven't seen them before, may interest you. Got a link to my Twitter if you want to see what I'm up to outside of the stream. Got a link to my YouTube if you want to check out some of the other games I've played in the past. And got a link to my Discord if you would like to continue the conversation with us elsewhere. And, ooh, I think I know where we're going. Check this out real quick. Yes! Alright, so a streamer I like is playing a game that I like, so that's the perfect place to head right now. Nintendo, thank you for stopping by. Good to have you here as well. So we are going to go raid Girl of Tomorrow. Very cool streamer and the friend of the stream. You may have seen her before. Today she is playing a game that I love, which is the Ghostbusters game that was recently remastered. So why don't we head over there, say hi to her, check out Ghostbusters if you haven't seen it before, and throw her a follow if you like what she's doing. But hey, if you got other things to do, I'm just going to say as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. I'll see you folks around. Take care of yourselves until tomorrow, everyone.